What's up, guys? Welcome back. Right, we are getting into yet another week of the Inkosi Super Cup, and as per usual, Mr. Pat G is right here with me. How are you doing today, bud?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty good, man. Just super keen as per usual to get into the good old
Yeah.
stuff. See some PUBG action going on here. I think we're
Mhm.
gonna see a very interesting set of games.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you on that, and we've got quite the lineup with teams here. So we're just waiting for this match to get underway so we can get into that action. And well, this of course being our first best of one. So the teams from this group and another group that we got running at the exact same time, the top placing teams from that, then will move on into our finals for tonight, which will be a best of three. So they got 3 rounds to prove themselves, and of course, there's some mullahs on the line as well. The teams can win some
Yeah,
cash.
yeah. That's why we're all here, I guess. That's the goal. So yeah, hopefully the teams put on a great show, and yeah, I'm just pretty keen to get straight up into it.
Mm. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it, Igumi, because we got quite a few interesting teams in here, and we got a few teams that we have not seen, actually play before. That being the likes of the AKA team, Vision. I think we've seen Vision before. I can't really recall much though. We've got the Helmet Destroyers as well. We've seen them play before, and then of course that team whose name that I absolutely dread pronouncing. Um, yeah.
Akatsuki.
Yeah. The Akatsuki team. There we go. So, well, yeah, just waiting for this match to get underway and just waiting for all the players to get into their spots and into their slots and we can get the match underway. And, well, the first one we'll be looking at will be on the Erangel map. I think, in fact, all the matches we're going to be playing today will be on Erangel. So,
Which is great.
Yeah.
You still see the teams getting up and up close and personal, and we'll see some nice aggression from start to finish. Hopefully, obviously that's not a guarantee or anything crazy like that, but that's what we like to see. A little bit of early aggression, a little bit of midway aggression, all aggression up to the end, right until the last zone, right until the last team hits the lobby. So yeah, I guess kind of interested to see where that zone does land, because we've been getting some very interesting ones as of late. And well, really changes up how the map sort of plays out.
Yeah, that definitely does. So the match has started up. So we should be jumping, or rather transitioning into that anytime soon. Just waiting for everything to load up and get ready, and then of course we can get the show show on the road and see what is happening and where these teams are going to go. And well, yeah, as you mentioned, you're wanting to see where their zone's going to go. So we've seen it being pretty reluctant, and every now and again giving us or rather blessing it with us with its presence. They're moving down in towards that southern region. So hopefully, maybe one of the games we have here tonight will, in fact, then move up in towards that southern region.
Yeah. I mean, the whole combination of the flight path with the zone is always very interesting to see, because oftentimes that creates a bit of a problem for some of the teams. Like the flight path will take everyone down south, and then the zone will be north, and everyone's like, ah. So yeah, I guess we'll just hope for a nice set this time around. If we can get a southern zone, that'd be great. But also, if we have the teams dropping in at such a way that it makes the rotations down into the southern zone interesting, that's always great to watch. And then that's a sort of bonus that we're waiting for.
Yeah, no, 100%. And of course, if you guys are watching back home, want to be part of the Inkosi Super Cup, be sure to go follow Nodwin Gaming on the social media. You'll get all the info you need there for the registrations and so on, and how to be part of this. And then we look forward to seeing some new teams, of course, getting involved and, participating in this. And at the end of the month, we have our monthly final where the teams then get that chance, to, potentially go up into the Mzansi League.
Yeah. So it's quite a lot of stuff up for grabs. We got a little bit of prizes. We got a little bit of movement forward up that leaderboard, up that log, getting into some extra leagues there, which is of course the goal. The chance to get up into that big old Mzansi League. Get some real big competition going. I mean, the stuff that we've been seeing there from week to week has just been absolutely insane. Some really big numbers being slapped down on that leaderboard, I think. So yeah, very interesting sets that we've had there, and that's what amongst one of the things that all these teams are fighting for here.
Yeah, no, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, we have the map already underway. As you can see here in the flight path, they're taking us all the way from the Nova crates, making its way just past the quarry. So, well, a very southern flight path there for the teams, and hopefully we'll see the, maybe a potential zone also coming down in the same direction. But we never know with PUBG. The map always throws a bit of a curveball there, and sometimes tends to shift up in towards the opposite direction of the flight path. So now we're just waiting to see which way it is going to go.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we've seen pretty much all the things happening. Every time I say, oh, sometimes the zone it drops away from the flight path, then it'll drop on top, and I'll just sit here looking like a schmuck, and then I'll say, oh no, the zone it goes on top of the flight path, and then it doesn't. So no predictions for me when it comes to that. But I will say that that flight path gives access to the military base. And it seems like no one has really dropped down there, which is kind of sad. We're not really seeing too much activity down there. Most of the teams just yeeting up on into farm, into Malta Power, and down sort of on the one side near Primorsk and up that coast. So a little bit of a feels bad, man, for those military base lovers such as myself.
Well, there we go. We do have a slightly southern zone, but of course sitting over in that southwestern corner. And the team there already from God Gaming putting those heads in right there in Malta. I can see Mr. Pablo right here moving up on the team right up ahead of them. That, of course, being the players there from the elites. So shots already flying back and forth. And Mr. Pablo now moving up, trying to get that thirst in on ice. We still have Milo, Nico, and Typical still on the map. They are, of course, from what I can see, situated not too far away. Well, sorry, I saw different numbers. The team, in fact, being quite spread up across the map there. But we do have a few teams, of course, now clumping together. So, this whole region here around about Malta and Shelter, we've got several teams in the area. We also have 2 teams up in Pochinki, as well as, a few more teams all the way over towards that western shoreline.
Yeah, the flight path just made it so that all the teams are sort of stacked along that southern coastline, and hopefully we'll see them move up a little bit because there is some of that space up towards the north. You could see a couple of teams are actually making their way up a little bit, so they're going to be utilizing that space. A number of teams towards the west making their way in, just crossing that line, and I think that's potentially where we might see a bunch of fights happening over towards that western side. Teams do start to sort of go in there, but it looks like Akatsuki is actually going to be moving straight north up to Lipovka. So yeah, teams just utilizing the map, just going on a little bit of a hike, moving up there. Blue Zone's still going to take some time before it makes its way on in, so these teams will still have a bit of time to set up before they have to rotate on.
Yeah, well, we're watching Elite, Typical here from the Elites team. Let's keep an eye and see whether or not he'll be able to get those shots in towards the team from Ink Esports. They, of course, now just moving up, and you can see those shots flying in with the DP28. So I mentioned the team is quite split up. So we've got Typical over here far on the western side. We've got Milo sitting, in the central section of the map. And then, of course, we've got Nico just moving across that western bridge. And the team over here from AKA now pushing in. Making their way through Pochinki. So they have contenders here as well. So let's see, will they be able to get those hits in? They have taken a few hits of damage there, though.
Yeah, they certainly have. And we're going to see if they can survive this one. Swave actually going to be just moving up really quickly. Looks like the team is actually going to be going and hunting this one super, super fast. They do not want to let this team get away, but only time will tell if that does indeed happen. So the team is hunting here. Crosshairs are trained in the right direction. They just have to make sure they find the squad. So we'll see if the team from the Exiles here is going to be able to hold out, if they're going to be able to find their quarry and take them down, or for the moment, if they're just going to sit as is.
Well, we got AKA right up ahead of them, and the team now moving in. So let's see, will AKA be able to fend off these players as they now all try and move in? You can see quite a few players there huddled up fairly close together. So now we're just waiting to see what is going to happen. It did seem like they were about to rotate out. You got the whole team in the vehicle, and they of course just pulled a little bit further down towards the south. So, well, let's see if that was a wise decision to make, or how this then will unfold.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, it might have been a better decision to make your way out, you know, when you have a little bit of those low HP bars and you're getting hunted like this. But already the shots coming in telling them that they will have to take a battle here. So I don't think there's really much of a chance for them to escape at this point. The Exiles have done a really good job of just sort of getting around them, making sure they're a sort of big wall to make sure that they're spotting any of the players that might leave, try and leave, rotate out, that sort of thing. So they're really going to have to take this fight. They're going to have to play smart if they want to beat the team from the Exiles, yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll see what it is. And so far, they've managed to evade them for the time being. So the team, of course, now moving in. Exiles pushing up. Bum Bum also now hitting in. Let's see, will they be able to survive the onslaught here as this team is now starting to tighten their grip. Ooh, AKA. Well, you never know. They might still be able to escape. Depends, of course, on what happens. There we go. Evax, of course, getting hit. Nicely done. Bam Bam also getting knocked out in the process. So far, it's been 1-for-1. Nice exchange between the two teams. So let's see how this thing goes. There we go. Bam Bam, of course, now getting thirsted. So let's see. Will they be able to find these players and get those final few hits in? Or, well, will they be able to get away? Only time will tell. But the team is really trying to find it. AKA now just moving all about. Let's see.
Yeah, the Exiles are just executing on this one. Man. Look at this. They're just rushing on up. The skill with which they traverse the house, just insane. They are absolutely devastating in that attack.
Wow, and they actually got the final hit there with the fuel can exploding. Well, that's one way of doing it, but
not the vehicle explosion there.
Yeah,
still an explosion.
Yeah, there was still fuel involved, and we've got the players here from the YSL mob now moving up. You can see God Gaming just up ahead. Pinky now taking a few hits. Ooh, Hitler coming in, putting in, well, providing that punishment there. Pinky, of course, getting caught out in the open, trying to make a quick dash there, trying to get in behind that tree, and the shots, of course, flying in. So let's see now, will they be able to get any more done? Pablo, not too far away. There is some potential for some shots still, so let's see how it goes. You can see Pablo, of course, just there on the mini-map over towards the side. Ooh, man, this is going to be a very close one.
Yeah, and that blue zone is moving in as well, which means the teams do have to make their way on up into the zone, and there's quite a number of them off towards the eastern coast, so they're going to have to push up. Pablo now actually putting the shots in. You can see them just flying across at the moment. The Bison going to be doing some damage, but long range, not really the best. Could potentially put a couple of hits in if he lands them right, but the rest of the squad trying to roll up and just get out of there as that blue zone makes its way in. Luckily, it's only the first zone, so it's not going to do too much damage. Oh, in the meantime, more fights. Yeah, the elite's going to be getting clapped. They actually dropped in a very odd way. They're very far from the map. I'm not sure if that was... I'm not sure if that was entirely planned.
Well, no idea, but I mean, one of the players going down once more, and we've got the team here from God Gaming now just putting those shots straight up in towards the team just up ahead of them, that being the team there from the YSL mob. Ooh, Hitler getting claimed by that blue zone, so Master first now, the last hope for left. You can see the reinforcements now also making their way up. We got wrecked, you know, about to close in on this position here. So let's see, will the players from God Gaming be able to find that last remaining player from the YSL mob, or will he be able to make his grand escape?
Yeah, I mean, right now these teams are sort of battling and hunting within the blue zone, which is not the greatest spot to be in. You sort of want to make see first to try to move as quick, and Pablo going to be getting that thirst going. But yeah, they're going to have to rotate up. I'm not too sure if that's you know, like a good idea. Is it worth it to go hunt?
Nah, not necessarily. But well, Ryzen still trying to get those hits in. He has spotted Thirst off in the distance. Fortunately, it seems like they're about to get ready to move up in towards zone. And of course, now if we're looking over towards that northwestern side of the zone, right there in George, we've got 3 teams now busy just converging on that point. That, of course, being the players there from Phoenix Prodigy, as well as the team from the African Renegades. And then also we have the Anarchy Angels also right there over in South George. So, well, we have some potential for some fights between the 3 teams right there in that section. And, of course, the remainder of the squad's now making their way up. We're also just waiting on the, well, to see what's going to happen between the team there from Hawks and 6ix9ine, as everyone is now just rotating up into a zone. Fireboy, as you can see, passing very, very close to the players there from 6-9. Doesn't seem like we are seeing any shots just yet. Oh, never mind. There they are, and the vehicle tires them get blown out. There we go.
Some spins.
That was a forced
very
donut.
careful here. Yeah, but this is going to be a difficult one because losing your vehicle in that sort of a manner and putting yourself in the line of sight of a team while the blue zone is coming in means that this battle is going to be difficult, because if they push in towards you, it's going to be hard. You might just end up fighting the zone. That means you're taking unnecessary damage. You could just be rotated around. Actually, Fireboy is going to get flanked, but he's going to land the hits. That's going to be the first one of 6-9 to go down. And Spider has to either decide to do the res or take the fight. Right now, he's just trying to watch. Fireboy not going to push just yet.
Ooh, up comes the grins. Yes, will he get it? Will it be the one? Oh, gets that one hit. Spider, of course, moving in, getting that hit right there into Fireboy. So let's see, will the remainder of the team now make that push in? They are trying to rotate up. Ooh, up they come on the shots, of course, now just flying in and lobby it is. Hawk getting sent right back into the lobby by 6-9. Well done, well played.
Yeah, it started off pretty decently for the Hawks, but Spider well, making sure to get the thirsts in immediately, not letting them get any sort of a chance at coming back into that one, just taking them out. So a nice wipe, leading up to 13 teams left remaining on the board. The majority of them being inside the zone at present. A lot of them sort of just up towards the northwestern side, a couple down towards the east, maybe in the south a little bit as well. So most of them sitting quite happily. We're just waiting for that next zone to come in to get those players moving.
Yeah, well, we can see the teams, of course, now on the move, and we got the Anarchy Angels rolling up through the northern part of that zone. The team also from African Renegades just off in the distance, and now this is the team here from Jinx Gaming holding it up in Gatka. So we've got a few shots now flying off, as you can see, just off into the distance. Those shots, of course, flying over towards the Anarchy Angels. So yet again, 3 teams up in this northern region. We've got the Exiles just over towards that southeastern side. And of course, now we still have the team there from Akatsuki. I think I said it right. Near the hospital region, and Phoenix also right there with them. So now the zone has shifted all the way down in towards that southern area. So we're waiting now to see what these teams are going to do. Jinx, of course, now just scanning the area. They're trying to see if they can spot any of those teams that have to kind of move up past them. So, well, there is some potential for some more action in the team here. This being the one there from Vision Esports, just busy looting up that drop.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. This zone pushing down south with all the teams being in the north does mean that a lot of teams will end up in the northern portion of the zone, which means we could see a little bit of fighting over that real estate there. In the meantime, though, a lot of teams actually lagging behind in that blue zone. Lots of players up in there, and that's going to be a lot of damage towards them if they don't get out soon. So make the way to see in the kill feed there, just the play zone doing its thing as per usual. Now we're just going to have a look and see how the teams make their way on down. You can see tons of them moving in, and it's it's looking to get quite a cluster party up there.
And well, here we go. Jinx now moving up right next to Suave. So let's see, will those shots start flying across, and will Jinx decide to pitch up their fighting position? Well, we'll find out in the due course, and several teams, of course, now just making their way up into a zone. We already have the players there from Esports up in zone, as well as the African Renegades, then also the Anarchy Angels. And, well, the players here from Jinx are now just moving up over towards Empire that we have all the way in that southern section of the zone. So, well, we'll see how this unfolds, and well, all the teams trying to make their way in. You can see Vision, of course, just up towards the north from the Exiles here, slowly but surely moving in, and it looks like they might maybe just rush in towards this compound, or just keep on passing by. Ooh.
Yeah, lots of teams have to make their way in. You can see the shots are flying in, so the Exiles are trying to put those in, just trying to get the hits as the teams are moving past, trying to capitalize on the rotations at the moment as the teams just move with their way on across. Vision is going to be within the crosshairs, but it looks like the door and a little bit of team collision is going to be difficult to deal with, but they will get the thirst at least. Yeah. So there is that. And in the meantime, we're going to have a couple of fights happening across the map. Actually, here you can see the Angels.
Yeah, there we go. Shots coming in. Some interesting colors there. And, well, Akatsuki is still on a full squad. We've got Touch and Aries taking a bit of damage there. Ooh, there we go. Beautiful Greynock coming in. Up comes yet another one. Creepy Gold just sending them off. They keep on flying in. Yet another thirst. Wow. Wow,
And
those
it's like
grids
a
are
portable
spot
red
on.
zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, let's see what Akatsuki will be able to do. Will they be able to fend off these players? And then also, we've got one of the players there from God Gaming just over towards the north.
Yeah, and also we've got the zone that's just shifted up to the south, which means that these teams will be having to rotate once again. So these fights are going to get even more intense as the players here get squished together and they're to the south where that zone has landed. So many teams up here towards the north, all stacked up. You can see up here nearby with the Anarchy Angels. You can see Akatsuki now crouching here. They're taking a lot of damage, actually. The Anarchy Angels relentlessly pushing up.
And finishing them off, sending them right in towards that lobby. But now, you know, they need to get those rotations done because there's 25 seconds left until the zone moves up. And there's quite a few teams already on their way into that zone. And also a few teams already sitting in the zone just waiting. We're watching, well, we got Mr. Typical there from the Elite, as you can see on the screen as well. He's right there next to the players from 6ix9ine. So, well, he might be in a little bit of danger. Then, of course, we've got the players from Empire over towards that southeastern side. Jinx now moving in from the east. We've got Vision coming in from the northeast. Then, of course, the players there from the Exiles sitting in that northern section alongside the team there from the African Renegades. Well, one of them that's already moved up. Phoenix also sitting in the Quarry region. Oh, there we go. Typical getting those hits into Xayrox.
Yeah, that is interesting that we see him do so much damage, but he will be taken out. Can't stay alive forever. I'm not too sure what Elite's plan was, if it was a plan at all, in spreading out so much. I was actually thinking about it, and potentially, like, you could run a strat where the entire team goes across the map solo, and you play real sneaky. And then you play your solo players from each corner of the map and you try and get like crazy flanks in. That could be a potential strat, but like that's a little bit of a niche ninja strat, I think. So I don't think that's really what they had in mind.
Yeah, well, it's talking about niche. We've got the players here from Vision and the team, of course, they're from Ink Esports, just exchanging a few shots as we had that drive-by coming in as well. And now also some more shots there still flying up. Jinx also getting hit in the process. Oh, man. I always enjoy a good car fight. So let's see what happens. You know, we got Vision up on the hill, right on that side of the zone. So maybe they might be able to, you know, to leverage this in their favor. And Vision, of course, now just trying to ensure that they can find the angles for the teams, trying to get some smokes in as well. And we are down to 10 teams now. Jinx also just over towards that eastern side of the zone. So maybe we might just see them try and push in from there.
Yeah, the Vision's just above them, so we could see the Vision squad try and move past or potentially take the fight here with the Exiles. In the meantime, yeah, Jinx looks like they will be rotating downward, and they might just meet some stiff competition from Empire, who are sitting in the compound just there, and they're going to start putting the hits through as well. So Jinx's entry into the zone might be a little bit of a hard-fought one as well. Vision's probably also going to be taking a bit of a fight. And actually, we've got another one with the Anarchy Angels as well. So we've got a couple of fights about to happen here.
Yeah, we've got the team here from the African Renegades, as you can see on the screen there. We've got the Anarchy Angels right there with them. And of course, on the other side of Quarry, we've got the players there from Phoenix, as well as the team, once again, from the Anarchy Angels, the other half of the team. So, you know, we're waiting to see which way around this is going to go. The zone shifting towards the south once again. African Renegades now just trying to get those Grens up over towards Creepy Girl. Let's see, will they be successful? And we've got Sprinkles, of course, just chilling on the side here. Just trying to figure out which way around to go to get that push. I mean, if they played well, they might be able, you know, to come in right behind the Renegades. Then, of course, get those hits and knocks in.
Yeah, this is going to be a tight one. They're playing right up against the zone, which will be shifting short. And you can see Creepy Girl trying to land the hit. This is going to take... So they're playing on a knife's edge right now, especially considering the squad is a little bit split up at the moment, so not the full force all the way up here to deal with the Renegades. And they're going to have to make their way on down as well, with a couple of other teams here. Phoenix also just challenging towards that side, so this might be a pretty difficult spot to play, no matter which team comes out on top, whether it be the Renegades or the Angels.
Oh, there we go in the zone, of course, now shifting in. So the Renegades getting that rotation done, heading up in towards zone. They're going to be coming in towards the northern part of the zone, where, of course, we've got the Exiles sitting there. We've got Phoenix. We've got the players from God Gaming, Empire. In fact, all the teams are so close in that zone that it doesn't really matter where they go. The shots are just going to keep on flying up in all directions. You can see also now a few more hits. They're coming in from Empire, taking down all the players there from Jinx. And, of course, out goes the player from the Elite. So we are down into 8 teams. The shots still flying all over the places. Phoenix is now also just trying to evade some of those hits. And we got Mr. Youngster there getting sent right back into that lobby. Vision are also getting hit. Ooh.
Yep. They're just backs against the wall there, just like it is with quite a couple of these other teams here. They're taking some heavy damage. It might be the end for the Angels as well. Eclipse seems to be the final one remaining, and it's going to be difficult because they're going to have to rotate up into the zone, which already has like 6 teams sitting in both sides of the zone. This is going to be one hell of a fight.
Yeah, no, definitely true. And we've got the team here from God Gaming, as you can see, of course, sitting on the more westerly side of the central part. And then, of course, we got the team right over towards the north, being the African Renegades. Eclipse now also just trying to move in. Ryzen just tapping away, putting those hits in. Well, all the teams now just slowly but surely converging on the central area. We're waiting to see how this will unfold. Who will be able to get it? Because, I mean, I think the end of the zone, or the end of this match, rather, is going to be very, very soon. And it might very well be decided within the next zone shift.
Yeah. It's going to be a very interesting final one, because we're basically fighting in a forest here. And it's going to be just using trees and a little bit of the landscape to try and use as cover for these 6 remaining teams. The 18 players are going to be fighting up for that chicken. And, well, most of the squad's actually looking pretty solid at the moment. No one really straggling at this point.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, so there we have it. We got the players there from Empire, of course, now trying to move up once again. Coming in from that eastern side. Well, them and the Exiles moving in. We're seeing the African Renegades already having positioned themselves pretty comfortably in that zone. Of course, the same goes for the team there from God Gaming. They're waiting to see what's going to happen. 6-9 also right there. Empire, well, has 1 player in zone, waiting for the other 2, of course, now to roll in. And, well, this could be quite the interesting zone. As you said, we are fighting in a forest. So, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely got some interesting potential here. You could see Empire is actually going to be moving up a little bit towards 6-9. You can see the Exiles prepping those Grens up towards the Renegades as well, taking some fights here. The Grens go straight on in, and the Renegades not looking too good and holding on here. 6-9 will be starting to take the fight against Empire as well. So we have 2 fights going on opposite sides at the moment. BTS trying to put the hits in towards the Exiles.
Nice.
Is going to land. Can they hang on? Is the Exiles going to win this one out? They're looking down and out at the moment. BTS just has to try and hang on. It's the last one alive for the Renegades. And it's they've got most of their players still up.
Yeah, well, pretty good shot there by BTS. You know, landing a beautiful one. So we'll now just see whether or not, you know, he'll be able to continue that onslaught there. And, of course, the players there from God Gaming also now suffering a few hits. Empire managing to make their way up in towards that southern zone, moving up right behind the team there from 6-9. So let's see. Well, we are sitting on 5 teams, 14 players. And the numbers are going down slowly but surely, and 6-9 getting taken out by Empire. So Empire also still in the game, moving up. We've got the team there from God Gaming also slowly but surely closing in. As you can see, BTS now firing off a few shots right in their direction. They're also now retaliating with a few hits, but Pablo getting knocked out in the process. There we go. So still, well, we got 3 teams left, 10 players. So the numbers are going down slowly but surely. And I think this final few moments, it's going to be pretty tough, seeing that there's still 9 of them left.
Yeah. We have the Exiles, we have Empire, and then we have Ryzen for the God Squad there just off to the distance. And Exiles are looking to take the fight straight over towards Empire. You can see them prepping those dudes towards Ryzen as well, making sure that he is not a factor in this one. So they're just going to try and take him out as quickly as possible so he can't take them from behind when they start to fight Empire here, who is setting themselves up on the other side of this little. This is going to be a very
well, let's see what happens. Oh, all right, there we go. So Ryzen goes down. Now it is just the team here from Empire up against the Exile. So let's see who will get it. The shots, of course, now going off all over the place. So we got Rolex and Bri both down. Oh, nice. Shroud gets the hit in. Here we go. Evax getting knocked out. Or Evax, whatever. That one. The shots coming in. Quick Thirst. Was it? Yeah, Quick Thirst. There we go. Right. So, well, we still have 4 players, in fact, for the Empire team. Let's see. Will Trip be able to get the res in? Shroud now just snaking around on the top there. Trying to see if they can move in. Here we go. Rolex now about to get raised up as well.
Yeah, that's a good play. Empire raising their teammates means they're going to have 4, which is a pretty good spot to be in at this point, like up against Exiles 3. So they might have just put themselves in a really, really good position to win here. But they're going to have to play this one expertly. You can see those smokes going down to obscure the vision, but they're going to have to find the angle somewhere. The Exiles looking to just move along. You can see the players just looking out to try and find the angles here. Insidious, Hero, and Swave trying to hang on for the Exiles up against the 4 remaining players for the Empire squad.
Yeah, well, Empire in a pretty good position. They've got themselves spread out just, well, you know, in a straight line across that zone. So they're pretty much able to cover almost all angles of the zone, regardless of where the team then, of course, decides to rotate in from. So as you can see, they are definitely trying to move up. And Rolex might be the first one to be getting those hits. Insidious just hiding behind the vehicle there, it seems. And let's see. Oh, there we go. Rolex just tapping off a quick few shots, flying straight over towards Suave. Oh, taking quite a bit of damage. Process.
Because you see the flank, he has to hold onto that one. If he loses, they could get taken from behind here. So Empire just needs to try and stop themselves from going down. Brian is going to down into CS. Exiles now pulling the trigger. They come in. Shroud goes down as well. Rolex will end up with their last 2 remaining players. They're trying to get a rotate straight up behind. Can Exiles just get the swing though?
Well, a pretty good push here by Empire, and, well, let's see how this then, of course, unfolds. It is going to be... Oh, I don't know which way around that went.
Yeah, that
Empire. Nicely done. So Empire coming in, finishing off with 9 kills and the chicken dinner. Well done, well played. We got the Exiles, of course, also coming in second place there with 18 kills. We got the team from God Gaming in 3rd place, finishing off with 5. The African Renegades finishing off in 4th place, 6-9 in 5th place there with their 5 kills. And of course, we got the Anarchy Angels in 6th place with also 5 kills. And then, of course, the team from Phoenix coming in 7th place, going out with 1 kill. We've got Vision Gaming finishing in 8th with 1. The team there from the Elites in 9th place with 1 kill as well. And then Jinx in 10th place, finishing with 1 as well. As we move down the scoreboard there, we can see the placements, and of course, well, we've got the team finishing off in 11th place. I think that was the team from Esports. There we go. Akatsuki in 12th place. The team there from... I don't know. Oh, YSL, yeah, there we go. YSL Mob finishing off in 13th. We got a Hawk in 14th, and of course, AKA getting sent back into the lobby first. So well done, well played. Some pretty good performances there. And what a beautiful finish that was by Empire, coming in, just sneaking in those final 3 hits, and clutching the chicken dinner.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to lose that one, and just at the final moment, they made a really good decision. Those last 2 players from Empire just immediately taking the rotate straight around and just coming from behind. That was a very, very quick and a really well-made decision there. So yeah, well played to Empire, but insane kills in the top 2 teams. They're just basically taking out the whole lobby almost single-handedly there. Really, really good stuff. And yeah, that gets me excited for the games that we are going to see to come.
Yeah. Well, I think on that note, let's head up into the intermission while we wait for the next round to get underway, and we shall be back with you guys shortly. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Right, we are getting into the next round of tonight's Inkosi Super Cup. So, yeah, we had the teams battle it out in the first round to make their way up into the second one. So, yeah, we've got 20 teams moving up into round two. They're going to, of course, going to be battling it out over 3 rounds to see who is, well, who's the victor and, well, who gets those bragging rights and, of course, the mullahs at the end of the day. So,
Yeah.
well, that's the interesting part, and a part that I think most of the teams are looking forward to. You know, it's nice having that little extra bank, you know, at the end of the week and so on. You know, it helps.
Yeah.
It helps.
It does. Yeah, it's a nice little motivator. You know, when you're putting in a lot of work, when you're joining so many tournaments and really playing a game that you enjoy, then it's really nice to just at the end, you know, you see that little golden carrot there, and you're like, yeah, this is nice. So that's a nice thing to have. You know, just being able to do that. I mean, we saw a really great showing in the previous round. You know, that match. Very, very nice, and it's like I said before, it's going to make me pretty excited for what we're potentially about to witness.
Yeah, well, like I mentioned, we've got 20 teams coming up into this round, so it's definitely going to be, you know, quite an interesting lineup. And well, we'll get into the teams once the match gets underway. But I mean, yeah, I agree with you. I think we are in for quite the show with all these teams in here, and well, I think it's going to be a pretty crazy, hectic match.
Yeah, I think so. And well, I think it'll be a nice, good set. And with that, we do have a nice schedule that we can jump up into and have a look at for all of you guys viewing there. Can have a look at what is going on. So there it is. We've got our Erangel maps there coming up, which is nice. You know, no big open spaces, rocky terrain to sort of have to struggle through. We've got all Erangel.
Yeah, well, a nice lineup so the teams can prepare themselves for what is about to come. And, well, hopefully we're in for quite the entertaining matchup between all these players here. I'm super keen to get it started, waiting to see how this will unfold. And, of course, hopefully we'll get that southern zone, which is, I think, one of the scarcest things that you can find on the PUBG map at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, that and also consistent teams jumping down into the military island, I think, which is why I award 100 patchy points to anyone who jumps into that military island. And in fact, you know, I'm thinking maybe I should start a leaderboard of my own, the patchies points leaderboard. And at the end of the season, the one with the most patchy points gets you know, a little something. I don't know, I'll buy them a chocolate or something. Yeah. But you know, yeah, I think what you said is pretty much bang on. You know, we see the southern zones come on sometimes, and they're really spicy when they do, but we don't see them all the time. They're a little bit too rare. So, I mean, it would really be nice to see one of those at least once in these next couple of matches that are coming up, because it really does throw the players off a little bit, because we see so many northern zones, so many central zones, that at the end of the day, the players sometimes get thrown off their game a little bit when it goes down to the south. And I actually love to see that. I love to see players get thrown off their game, because that really shows you which teams are sort of prepared or which can adapt quickly. And that really, to me, you know, says quite a lot about the teams.
Yeah, no, it's true. And I mean, it's there's nothing better than seeing the teams expecting the zone to go a certain way, and then it makes a complete U-turn, you know? And it's fun because it keeps those teams on their toes, you know? They need to keep on thinking on the fly, and they can't necessarily go in with a set plan, because you don't know what the match is going to give you until it's actually given it to you, you know? So you got to sit and wait. And even as that zone progresses, you know, you might see the zone start off in the north, and then it, you know, just bounces around all over the place, you know, to eventually when it gets into that final circle, and then you only know, okay, cool, so this is where we're going to be, and this is where we're going to fight, and then you can play from there. But yeah, it's great fun watching these teams, you know, having it to keep up with the zone, aside from trying to battle it out with all the other teams that they've got in the lobby with them. So yeah, definitely quite a challenge there. And well, hopefully we'll have some more of that when we move up into our next 3 rounds, just hoping for that southern zone, because, well, then we'll have one happy caster right over here, Mr. Patchy, of course, when the players move up in towards that military island area.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
You know it.
We'll see.
Yeah. We'll see if any one of these teams today gets a couple of those patchy points. So that'd be ideal. We have one team that consistently did that. Oh yes, and our hide and go seek. Yes. That I'm really looking forward to. That's like that's like a diamond in the rough. You don't see that all too often, but when you do, it's just so good. So good. So
Yeah, our
hopefully
stealth
we do see it.
masters.
Yeah, I mean it's really been insane. The couple of hide and seek champions that we've had so far have really been a bit crazy there. You know, like really funny to see that kind of stuff. And I sort of every time I see a straggler, you know, the one player remaining, I always think, oh, maybe this is the time where we see it. But yeah, it takes a special kind of player to be able to pull something like that off. So yeah, I mean let's see what we see. Maybe we'll see it this tonight, maybe we won't, who knows. But we do have 3 matches, of course, to have a look at them, and we've got 3 matches for these teams to prove themselves, climb those point ladders, as it were, and of course, like we said, go for those prizes waiting at the end for them.
Yeah, we are. Well, we were also 2 players shy of 80 players in this lobby, so we've got 20 teams. So let's go through some of the teams that we got that made it up into this round. That, of course, being the players there from Unique Elite. We got the team. Let me just move the list to this side. So we got Unique Elite. We got the players from Your Killer Is. We got the FXA Gangster Gang. We got the Tester Gang. We got Team Merc. We've got the players from Vegeta Gaming, Risky Gaming, the Bot Squad, Team Untold, Endgame, Jinx Gaming, Exile Africa, African Renegades. We got the 6ix9ine team. We've got the Anarchy Angels. We got Phoenix Prodigy, Vision Esports, Elites, Empire Gaming, and then, of course, God Gaming. So a lot of gaming in this lobby. You know, well, that's what one would expect when,
I hope so.
on a platform like this. But yeah, so some pretty tough competition there. And, well, looking forward to what's going to happen in this next one. We do have the flight path already. You know, the plane is already on its way, making its way around. We're waiting to just, head up into that and see where these teams will take us.
Yeah. I mean, it's always interesting. It's always a good question of where that flight path is going to land, where the zone's going to hit. You know, those 2 things in tandem. Like I said in the previous match, those 2 things really determine how things end up on the board. You know, it determines where the teams have to rotate from, where they have to get into. You know, it's sort of what goes on across the entire map, and it can really change the outcome. We've seen some big teams getting knocked out early just because the flight path puts them in such an odd position. And it's so difficult to rotate up there with like tons of teams on top of you. So yeah, I guess we'll have a look and see what happens.
Yeah, well, we've got that flight path, of course, now coming down from Stolba and heading all the way over towards that Sosnovka military base. So a nice, north to south flight path there with a slight bit of a slant to it there. And so the team's getting quite a bit of access to that eastern side of the zone. We're waiting to see now where these teams are going to go, and hopefully we might see teams heading up straight into that Sosnovka area. We do have 20 teams in the lobby, as you can see there, 78 players. So, I don't think, we're going to have to wait too long for the action to just start trickling in, and of course then, just intensifying as we progress through this match.
Yeah, now it's up to where that zone is going to land. That's going to really show us what these players will have to do here. As you said, the eastern side of the map, very, very much populated. And, the zone just decides to really throw a big sort of statement towards these teams and players here, going all the way to that western side, as you can see. So that means that all the teams who dropped off to the east will have to make their way on in. Tons of teams actually down the center are going to be already in there. And it looks like we're already going to have a little bit of an early engagement if Baked can potentially spot out some of the players sitting adjacent.
Yeah, well, we'll see, because we've got quite a bit of clumping, of course, happening this section right here. We have the team, of course, there from Risky Gaming, as well as the other team that we've got just on the opposite end there, being Vision Esports. Those teams landing right there on top of each other. So there is that potential for the shots. And, of course, over in Yasnaya, we've got 3 teams all clumped up together there. We also have another team now, that being the players. Oh, we saw some shots. Unique Elite also right here with him. Those heads coming in, getting that quick thirst, coming in with a fist. And, of course, that Rozhok school area also quite jam-packed with teams all over the place. So, we are in for quite a bit of a ride, as all these teams are now going to have to battle it out for some utilities and weapons, and trying to get everything in that they can. You can see, quite a bit of damage being done there to the players.
If I was actually a couple of these teams, I'd probably just jump in a car and just drive as quickly as I could to the western side of the map, somewhere like Hospital or I just get there as soon as I could. I just be like, I'm going to be moving up to the area where I know that people are not. just so that I can be there first.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, like you said, there's quite a bit of clustering happening up towards that rock area. And all the players surrounding that moving along. You can even see lots and lots of teams just sort of moving in tandem with one another. And that's going to mean that we're going to see a lot of action.
Yeah, and well, actually, in fact, 3 teams have done exactly what you suggested there, rotating up all the way to that western side. But in the meantime, the shots are still flying back and forth between the teams right here. Risky Gaming now, well, landing those finishing blows, sending the team there from Vision right back into the lobby. So a pretty early finish there for the Vision team, getting sent right into that lobby. And you can see the players here from Jinx now, of course, over in school. You got the players from Team Merc right there behind them, shots flying up once again all over the place, and several more teams elsewhere, also battling it out, putting those hits in. So it is quite the action-packed lobby that we got.
Yeah, it certainly is. So I'm definitely seeing some serious hotspots going around here. You can see George absolutely jam-packed. As soon as the players got the opportunity, they just put themselves in. With quite a number of players that are moving down from the sort of northeastern side, where that zone, obviously, the flight path, came from. Lots of teams moving in pretty much on that eastern side is going to mean that we're probably going to see maybe a bit of gatekeeping, or at the very least, we're going to see a lot of teams very close in proximity to one another that they make their way into that zone, which is going to mean that we do see like these 2 sort of hot spots at the moment is on the east, and then up there, of course, into George, where most of the fightings are likely to happen.
Yeah, well, we're watching the players here from Untold, and of course the team there from the Elites right up ahead of them, right here in Yasnaya. So these 2 teams now battling out for control of the area. And we also see, well, a few more teams just a little bit further over towards their southeastern or southwestern position, rather. They're waiting to see now what is going to happen. Will these teams wrap this fight up? Are they going to start pushing in, or are they going to start rotating out and heading up in towards that zone? They've got, well, a few moments left while this blue zone is, of course, not closing. And fortunately for them, it is closing in fairly slowly, so they still have some time left. And of course, as you can see over here in South George, we got the team there from Phoenix. They are, of course, now moving in on the African Renegades. So let's see, will Mr. Insane there be able to get those shots in? The 2 other team members being elsewhere on the map, but they are quite far away, all the way over in Rozok.
Yeah. That's going to be an interesting one. We'll see if he can hold out here by himself. Actually, looks like he'll just be rotating as soon as possible, which is probably the best decision, I think, all things considered. Just sort of get yourself out of the spot. 1v4 the final zones. Doing that, like right now, probably not the best decision ever.
Yeah, well, we'll see how this goes. And, well, slowly but surely, the teams, of course, now making their way up. We got the Anarchy Angels rolling up on that eastern bridge, heading up as well. Very, very close to the players, of course, they're from Risky Gaming. That's not just waiting. And we're watching the players here from Endgame at the moment. Right up ahead of them, we've got the team there from the bot squad. So waiting to see, will they be able to push in and get those hits in? Or, well, are they just going to hang around and wait for something else to happen?
That is a good question. We will see. We will see. So, yeah, at the moment you can see a couple of teams just holding up here and there. Angels moving up from the bridge, from the military base, are going to be met with a little bit of resistance, but it doesn't matter because the Angels are ready and waiting for it. They know what's coming. They just put the hits in immediately. So a really good response here from the Angels after moving up from that bridge. They know it can be camped, and well, for it.
Well, some nice shots coming in there from Outlaw, flying up right towards the players. Let's see, will the Angels be able to, well, are they going to rotate out, or are they going to push in? Seems like they're trying to make their escape, but the shots, of course, now flying in from all directions. Oh, man, the players here from Risky Gaming really turning up the heat and putting those hits in, not letting the Anarchy Angels escape anytime soon just yet.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to give anyone away for free, so definitely trying to put those hits in is what you should be doing, and they're doing a pretty damn good job at that. Look at that, just absolutely hit super hard there. So they're going to be taking a couple of losses as they make their way on out, but they will be able to make their way into the zone, which is at least something that is going to work for them. In the meantime, though, we've still got those team clusters around the George area, and of course up towards the northeast around Rozok as well. and some more teams are still moving in from the east. So we're definitely about to see quite a number of teams move up into these spots. And as the zone gets smaller, definitely the fights will start happening.
Yeah, well, we're also watching the players here from Jinx and Merc. Now, just we're fighting for control of the school area there. You can see the Merc team, of course, up in the apartments just across the way there. And Jinx now trying to move up, trying to see if they can get any of those hits in towards the players there from Merc. So Merc really positioning themselves pretty well in those apartments, making sure that they've got quite a few angles covered. And you can see Velocity also just on the side here, slowly but surely trying to see if he could maybe potentially spot any of the players from Jinx just peeking out. And then, of course, also we've got Vegeta Gaming there in the kill feed, getting a few more hits in as well. That is what we want to see.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams up here, just like I said there would be. They're moving down in towards and rotating up, and that means that they're going to be, bumping shoulders a little bit as they move on in, and that zone gets a whole lot smaller heading towards the western side, which does mean that some of the teams will have to continue their rotations moving in from the east, moving in towards that zone. But the majority of teams are still sitting relatively comfortable in here. You can see that George area is also within the zone itself. So, I mean, they're still pretty okay for the moment, but they will start to have to resolve those fights because as the zone shifts in and moves up again, they're going to have to get their rotations going.
Yeah, well, some more shots flying across there. And you can see the players here from 6-9, of course, now moving up straight towards the drop there. That, of course, being all the way over towards the western side. Well, they are quite comfortable in that position. No one really there to contend it. You know, they can very casually get their loot going and then move up into a position which they feel more comfortable in. And now, of course, we have the players here from Jinx still holding up in school. The team there from Merc still off in the distance. And we're also seeing the players from Elite now just over towards their north, and Vegeta Gaming just over towards the east. So there is some potential for those teams to move in, and we see some more hits in the kill feed as well as the team there from Untold just got sent back into the lobby.
Yeah, things looking a little bit tight for the teams, despite the fact that we only have 17 at the moment. We still have a relatively large zone, but those long distance shots definitely trying to be found here. Especially you can see Jinx on your screen right now trying to take the pops over towards Merc. And how to just trying to find them towards Beast. Not able to successfully land them just yet, but it's only a matter of time if they continue to expose themselves along the heel side there. And a whole lot of teams now rolling in from Rozok's side, which might just prove to be a very interesting one to watch as well.
Yeah, well, we've got the team here from Unique Elite on the screen at the moment, and you can see them. They are fairly close to the Gatka area there. We've got the Anarchy Angels rolling up from the south. We've got a few more teams moving in from that eastern side. And, of course, there's quite a bit of potential for fights about to break out very close towards the ruins. And also we've got the team there from Vegeta Gaming now making their way in. The players here from God Gaming, as you can see as well, making their dash around on just south there of Pachinki. So for now, they seem to be in a pretty safe position, but it all, of course, depends on where the remaining teams are going to rotate to, because there's still some space for these players to move up into. And, well, quite a few players still left. As you can see, 64, and the shots are still ringing through all over the place. That, of course, happening up in North George, where we've got the team there from the bot squad putting those hits in over towards the team from Endgame.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one to see as well, because whoever wins that will, of course, need to rotate, depending on whether the zone lands. Of course, that's still up in the air, but that blue zone is making its way on in. It will be closing relatively soon, and most of the teams have found their secure position inside the zone as it stands at the moment. A decent spread between the teams, although a couple of them are aware of one another's positioning, which is going to make it interesting when the roads start to come in. So I'm interested to watch how the zone moves, because that's really going to be the telltale sign of what to watch out for, where to watch out those fights for. Because we've got a couple of possibilities, a couple of potential fights that are going to break out, but that blue zone moving in now will be that final arbiter, that determining factor. And in fact, the blue zone will shift in and give us a new zone up towards the center there, which is going to push all of the teams in. We've got a couple already in there, but this is definitely going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, well, we've got some more hits already going off in the kill feed, and we're just waiting now to see what's going to happen with the players, of course, they're from the team, from the FXA Gangster Gang. You know, they're rotating right past the Water Town, where we also have the players from the Elites coming in from behind, and we see some more hits flying up towards the Jinx team in the kill feed. You can see some more Grins now flying up towards them as well. Several teams already positioned in the zone. They're waiting now just for the remainder of the teams to get their way in, start putting those fights in. One team I'm waiting for to give us some action is, of course, the team there from Your Killer Is. It's always fun using that name. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. Ooh, there we go.
Yeah.
Some action over near, close to that Watertown. That, of course, being between the players there from the Gangster Gang and the team there from the Elites. As you can see them now moving up. Ooh, this is what we want to see.
Yeah, this is definitely what we were expecting to see, as well as the teams start to make their rotations in that blue zone, of course, being a very, very motivating factor in for these teams to move up. And, well, you could see the explosions now coming in, as well as hits going all across the board. Exiles, the Angels, Jinx, everyone is up here trying to put those hits in as the rotates do start to come in. As you can see, it's going to be tight. It's going to be insane.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Ninja pulling a ninja move, jumping off the roof, moving in, getting that quick knock in on Milo. Will there be more typical? Oh, down he goes as well. So Aspect now is the last hope for left. Let's see, will they be able to clutch this one out? Ninja, oh, Fantasy. Also getting a kill in. Who landed that final blow? The players, of course, here from the Gangster Gang. Sending the Elites right back into the lobby. So that, of course, being Zeus. So well played to Zeus. Getting that finishing blow. Well, now they need to rotate up into towards the zone. Otherwise, they're going to be in quite a bit of trouble, seeing that all the other teams have already done so, and they are situated fairly comfortable. You can see the team, of course, here from Empire right there next to God Gaming. Well, so let's see. Will we see some action here? Well, that is just one of the players. The remainder of the squad is, of course, all the way over across the way right there with your player, with Your Killer Is rather. As you can see, the shots in the kill feed also now just ringing in, and well, those knocks there from the blue zone coming.
Yeah, I mean, that was sort of expected. You can't really expect to sit out in that blue zone and not get punished for it. The damage is heavy, especially as that blue zone moves in once again to shift that zone up. And you can see the fight between the Exiles and Merc at the moment. The Exiles putting some hits in there and really just keeping their position tight at the moment. A lot of teams towards the south moving up as well now. That zone has shifted all the way up sort of central, northeast maybe. So that's going to push all the teams from the south all the way up once again. They're going to have to continue their fight against one another as they fight for the real estate, which is slowly but surely decreasing bit by bit as the zone gets smaller. So yeah, some more fights definitely about to ensue.
Yeah, well, we can see the players there, of course, now from that Gangster Gang getting taken out by that blue zone one by one. And the remainder of the teams, you can see quite a few of them once again already in the zone. So just waiting for those last remaining few to get their rotations done and, move up into that zone. You're seeing the team there from Rescue Gaming, of course, down in the south, right there next to the team from 6ix9ine, slowly but surely heading up now. We got the African Renegades also just on that southwestern corner. We got Unique Elite also just on the south. And then, of course, looking at that central section of the zone there, we've got the players there from the Exiles, as well as the team there from Merc moving in. In the northern side, we've got the players there from Endgame, as well as the team from the bot squad just passing by each other. Shots, of course, now flying in all over the place. You can see Merc also, well, like we mentioned, just in the compound.
Yeah, here come the fights there at the moment. The bot squad trying to put the hits in over here. You can see Mullins going down there, Zaki as well. Mullins getting hit, no brain, trying to put the shots in as well. Gonna have to play around this one. But it seems like it has been enough to get some of those knocks going. We've got a lot of teams up here at the moment. Actually, it's going to be the Angels. Tigress moving in very aggressively on the Merc squad here. The Angels trying to take up a great position, trying to catch them out. But Owl on the rotate might be enough to catch them out. Zeki trying to make it happen as well. Velocity, the last one now at the moment, trying to just utilize that shotgun to pop heads. He's going to take down Tigress as well. So Anarchy Angels looking in a bit of a tight spot. The health bar is not looking too good, and quite a number of teams here clustered towards the southern portion of the map. This is insane. We've got so many, almost all of the teams down here towards the south.
Yeah, well, there we go. The first now coming in. And let's see, it's a 1v3, unless, of course, they can get some more reses going. And we see some more shots now flying up towards the team there from Empire. As with the players from Risky Gaming, of course, now just slowly but surely moving in. Shots flying in, and there we go. Off to the lobby it is. The Merc team finishing off the Angels. Now we've got the team from your Killie, as you can see, just over towards that southeastern position. The team right here in front of us being the players there from Risky Gaming. And then, of course, Empire caught in a pretty tough position. Shroud being the last one there, managing to get a bit of health in. And then, of course, also we still have the team there from Uniquely just over to the side. Phoenix now putting a few shots into the team there from Vegeta Gaming all the way over towards the east. So definitely quite the packed zone as these teams now all try and make their way in, trying to find a good spot, a good place to move up into.
Yeah, and a good place is what the Exiles have right there towards the center. They can really put some hits in down towards these teams that are moving up. That blue zone now coming in, going to force the teams in once again. Vegeta going to be trying to put the shots over towards Phoenix. Not going to find them just yet. The rest of the team is sort of scattered at the moment. Lots of teams trying to move in that blue zone, also being relentless here. Vegeta not going to survive it. Going to get knocked, and now it's down to True to try and hold on for the hopes of Vegeta Gaming. We'll see if they can do it. Of course, in the meantime, we still have all the teams rotating up from the south, which is going to mean that we're going to see more fights happening down there. But we have our top 10 teams now at the moment. 10 teams remaining. We've got 29 players on the board. True very low on HP here, trying to pop those painkillers, trying to keep themselves alive, but they're really stuck in a very difficult spot at the moment. Of course, Phoenix being up ahead of them, Merc being down just towards the southwest, and of course that zone already being very, very clustered.
Yeah, no, definitely is, and we are seeing several more hits going off all over the place. The players really turning up, you know, the aggression for this round, not being too shy with those shots, just putting in hit after hit after hit, and we can definitely see that reflecting in the kill feed and as well as on the numbers, as the teams are just being absolutely relentless. And this is only the first round. We've got 2 more to come after this. So I'm really, really looking forward to see what is yet, you know, to come from the remaining 2 matches.
Yeah, definitely going to be super, super interesting here. But for the moment now, we're just going to have a look and see how this zone plays out. We've got tons of teams now moving in from the south. As you can see, moving just in. The Exiles still trying to keep their hold on their position, which they have a definite advantage from. But in the meantime, Merc actually going to get hit really, really hard. The Exiles also putting a bit of work into that one. So lots of teams just coming together, putting those shots in. The crossfire is insane at the moment. Everyone just trying to put the hits in towards one another. Some teams actually moving down from the north as well. That, of course, being Phoenix, who does get taken out in the process, leaving us with our remaining 7 teams.
I mean, the shots just all over the place. And yeah, that zone, once again, quite heavily packed. We got the African Renegades, of course, now moving up from that south, trying to get in. We got the team from Your Killer is just ahead of them. So that is a pretty tough one to come in. You can see Unique Elites, of course, now over towards that eastern side, just up ahead of the Exiles here. And, of course, the players from 6-9 all the way over towards the western edge. So a little bit of spreading, you know, once we head up in towards that northern and western section. A lot of clumping over in the southeastern corner. So the team's really putting those hits all over the place. So, yeah, well, curious to see which team will come out at the end, you know, being the victors of the round, getting that chicken dinner. Because, well, at the moment, it is still pretty much anyone's game, as, you know, anything can happen still.
Yeah. Yeah, in the meantime, of course, you're going to be able to see the Exiles there just trying to put the hits in over towards Unique there. They are just trying to toss those groans back and forth, really pushing the position of Unique here. They are really stuck between a difficult spot. The blue zone obviously being behind them, and these cars in front of them will give way at any moment, really. And they're really going to have to play smart around this one. In the meantime, though, the rest of the teams are going to be pressured by this blue zone to start moving in, as that zone has been chosen all the way to the north, which is once again going to push the teams upward. So more fights are going to be happening from south to north. You can see right here on your screen the teams just holding in towards this little gutter section over here, this trench,
the trenches,
as it were. Yes. And we'll see if they can hold this position.
Oh, yeah, out goes the African Renegades, getting taken down by the players there from Your Killer is doing some great shooting, and the remainder of the teams, of course, now getting ready to rotate up. As you can see on the minimap, they're right up in that northern side. We got the team there, of course, that being the players from the bot squad. Way up in the north, we got Unique Elite now rotating up. Hawk getting hit in the process. We got Mr. Cash, of course, now also just trying to move up. Let's see, will he grab that vehicle and try and rotate in? No idea, but all the way up in that northern side right there with the bot the mod squad. We have the players right next to them, of course, being the team there from 6-9. There's some more shots bound to be flying all over the place, as we are sitting now on 6 teams, 17 players still remaining. And, well, the shots have not stopped just yet. Ooh, some grins also now coming into the mix.
Yep, I don't expect it to stop anytime soon at the moment, as the Exiles now moving up, just pushing in towards that zone, making sure that they get themselves settled in there. There's a couple of teams right next to them. You can see just trying to hold on to what they've got at the moment. There is a team up towards the north, of course, that being 6-9. They are just holding their position at the moment, trying to take those shots across the way towards the other 3 teams that are remaining here. There's a very little cover, but there's a couple of buildings for the team here from Exile, maybe just trying to put those hits in and keep all of this position for the moment.
Yeah, well, we are down to 13 players. The numbers are dropping down. Your killer is now trying to move in, getting hit in the process right as they start to move up. Let's see, will Techno outlasted? No. Insidious landing that finishing blow. So we've got 3 teams now in the southern region, and of course, 1 more team up in towards the north. That team, of course, being the players there from 6-9. And the shots now flying in as the Risky Gaming team are just putting those hits in. As you can see, 303 Maniac here right behind the drop, managing to get those shots in. And we're still waiting for Keish, of course, there from Unique Elite, just off in the distance to make that move. See, well, we're waiting to see now whether or not he's going to try and push up, or maybe just try and creep up in towards the zone. But I think we'll definitely find out what is going to happen once the zone moves. Well, it looks like Keish is, of course, now sneaking in. Oh.
Yeah. Might just make it, but in the meantime, it is going to be the Exiles putting the hits in. Maniac now trying to rush up on them, trying to get something going here, a little bit of aggression to maybe catch them off guard, but is it enough to wipe them out? That's the real question. Keish actually might be able to throw a bit of a spanner in their works because he hasn't been found yet. Maniac going to burst open the door straight away, take quite a few hits as he tries to come on in. Exiles looking to hold on to this one. They're not going to give it up too easily, and they're going to send that squad straight back, leaving us with 3 teams remaining. Of course, Keish not having been discovered just yet. Swave is going to be looking in the opposite direction, so Keish could still potentially do some serious damage here, as he hasn't been found out by the Exiles here. And of course, 6-9 now across the way. When that fight starts happening, Keish could really pull the trigger here.
Yeah, no, that's 100% true. So we were just waiting to see what is going to happen. You know, which way around these players are going to play it. And, well, as you said, the Keish could really do quite a bit of damage. But that, of course, based on the fact that he outlasts this blue zone that is now moving in, just tickling him on the heels there, reminding him to keep moving. And we'll see how this, of course, goes, because we've got Swave just there in the bush right next to him. And, of course, the players there from 6-9 all the way over on that western side. So there is still a potential for quite a bit of a spanner, as you mentioned.
Yeah, there certainly is. Exiles now trying to move up on 6-9 here, trying to get the push in on towards them, trying to just siege them out of their position here, really pushing them together, not giving them any chance to fan out, giving Exiles, of course, the map control for the moment here. 6-9 really pressured on into this spot. The Grens can, of course, fly in. Keish still sitting here, just making sure he hasn't been found yet. Maybe a contender for that hide-and-seek spot there. Not as great as the rest of them, but still there. And the shots now coming up is actually going to be exactly what the Exiles needed. They're going to be able to wipe out 6-9 cleanly and swiftly, leaving Keish now the final player remaining to face up against the Exiles. And, well, it's not looking too good. The window for that spanner in the works has passed, and now it's just a matter of time before Keish just loses this one.
Yeah, well, we'll see, because, everything is riding on Keish now. So let's see what it is that he'll be able to do. Will he be able to get any interesting plays going, or will he just be simply run over by a vehicle there? Well, it seems like he might be moving up in towards that blue zone.
Yeah, he knows.
Blue zone doing quite a bit of damage. Let's see what happens. Oh, sacrificing himself to the blue zone. There we go. Wow. The Exiles finishing off with 24 kills in that chicken dinner position. Well, we've got Unique also coming in second place, finishing off with 4 kills. The team there from 6-9 finishing in third place with 3 kills. Then, of course, we've got the players there over from Risky Gaming finishing in 4th place with 4 kills. Your Killer is finishing their play on 10 kills in 5th place. The players also, of course, they're from the bot squad finishing in 6th place with 5 kills. And the African Renegades finishing in 7th place, 1 kill. Got Phoenix also then in 8th place. The Mercs in 9th. You got Vegeta Gaming in 10th place. Empire in 11th. The Anarchy Angels in 12th place. We got Endgame in 13th. The players there from the Gangster Gang finishing up in 14th place, as you can see. And of course, we got God Gaming in 15th. Elite finishing off in 16th. Jinx in 17th. The team from Untold in 18th. We've got the players also then from, well, I'm just trying to catch this name. Oh, there we go. So Tester Gang finishing off in 19th place. And, well, the players there from Vision Gaming being the first one to be sent back into the lobby.
Yeah. Yeah, so
there we
very
go.
interesting way to sort of end that off. I really thought that that we would see a bit of a sneaky play from behind there from Keish. Definitely there was potential. You know, as soon as the one player rotated past, he could have taken the shots at them, maybe just put the shots in over towards the hill. And then when they moved forward towards the other team trying to attack, he could have also taken them from behind there as well, deciding not to pull the trigger instead. And then, of course, the as soon as 6ix9ine got wiped out, it was pretty much done and dusted at that point. Maybe wasn't expecting 6ix9ine to get wiped out so quickly, but that is what it is. The Exiles coming out with a very fat stack of kills right there. So that was very well played from them. As per usual, I mean, this is something we've seen from them relatively consistently, quite a good number of kills coming in there towards the top of the lobby. So they're really going to be grinding hard for this one. They really want that prize. It's in their sights and they're pushing forward to that. So let's see if they can keep it up. Let's see if these teams can continue to push towards the next couple of prizes in the next few matches.
Yeah, well, I think on that note, let's head up into the break while we wait for the next round to get underway, and we'll be back with you guys shortly. What's up, guys? Welcome back. We are getting ready for yet another round. This, of course, being our second round for, well, the second match for round two. Yeah, well, we saw quite a bit of action in that first one. Well, we're going into the second one now, and then, of course, we got the third one coming up right after. So, yeah, there is still a lot of action to come, and the teams have been going to town on each other in these past few rounds.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
hopefully, that continues in the next one.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to that. I mean, teams starting out really, really great. We saw a nice opening match for the evening. Then, of course, that first match that we jumped into, very, very nice and spicy. We saw some serious kills get put down there on the board. So I'm interested to see if we see that coming up once again. You know, if we see a couple of big scores coming up as well, that would be very, very nice. And then, of course, we're just waiting to see the flight path zone combination for this match. You know, we've been saying about how we hope there's maybe a southern one. Well, we still got this match and the next one to find out if that is going to happen. So yeah, let's keep our fingers crossed for that, I guess.
Yeah, well, so the teams are going at the Erangel map once again. So we're waiting to see what is going to happen. Like you said, you know, that flight path, and of course, you know, where that zone's going to end. So again, I'm hoping for that southern zone, wishing for it. You know, we've seen the eastern one, we've seen one going up into the western one, sorry, and we've seen a northwestern one. So now, hopefully, the southern ones come into play. Well, we have a southern flight path, of course, now on the map there. So that is definitely something to potentially hope that will result in that zone shifting up in the same area. So we'll just see where it ends up taking us and where these teams are going to go.
Yeah, definitely keen to see that. So, of course, you can see that flight path taking us there from the Nova side of the military base all the way up towards the west coast, just off the west of Hospital. So, an interesting little flight path that we got going there, and potential drops down in towards that military base for those patchy points. And yeah, then I guess we're just waiting to see where that zone does drop.
Yeah, well, we got a few teams already making their way down. And, well, a few teams already heading up in towards that northern side. Got Gaming heading up into what seems to be Multi Power. A few other teams now heading down straight in towards the military base. So, Vegeta Gaming and the 6-9 team there, of course, already earning their patchy points. As well as the Anarchy Angels dropping in the Novo area there, which is, of course, still part of the military island. So 3 teams in that region, and the remainder of the teams seem to be all making their way across over that main island, you know, heading up in different directions. And we have a bit of potential right there near that bridge. Of course, we can see the players from Unique just touching down. And of course, there's another team right there with them being the team from Vision. So let's see. Hopefully it goes a little bit better for them this round. Hopefully they can outlast the players here. And, well, we can see them moving up into some of those later zones. And there is the zone. Well, some of that southern part is included in the zone.
Yeah, I mean, it's there. It's definitely there. So the teams that have dropped into that military base, getting themselves those points from myself, of course, they're going to be okay for that first zone. So they don't actually have to do anything too crazy. And there, of course, is that potential for the zone to shift downwards, which is great. Some teams already inside the zone, you can see them quite happily there in, of course, the areas like Pachinki and Farm, as well as Milta Power. The players that have dropped all the way towards George, however, will have to get themselves pretty quickly rotated, because there's quite a number of them, and they're pretty close together.
Yeah, from what I can see on the screen, there's about 6 teams that have landed in that region. So, yeah, that is quite a few, to be honest. I mean, that is an action-packed zone. That, of course, being the players there from Team Merc that we've got, as well as the bot squad. We also have the players from Endgame. You can see Empire now just putting those heads right into the team there, of course, from Testo Gang. So they are having a bit of a difficult start. The shots now coming in. Let's see, will Boat be able to outlast them? Will he be able to make his great escape? Oh, there we go. Down he goes, and off they go right into the lobby. Empire just taking them down, sending them into that lobby. And, of course, the African Renegades right here with Phoenix. This, of course, being in South George. So this is one of those sections where we mentioned the teams being so tightly packed up. We'll just see what happens. And, of course, we got the team there from Risky Gaming just sitting over towards that southwestern side.
Yeah, George actually seems to be a very, very highly sought after. A lot of teams like to go here minus That means for getting up in here. We'll see about that. For the moment, though, of course, we do have a bunch of teams up towards North Georgia and a whole bunch of them down towards the south as well. So we'll see if they do start to clash anytime soon. And, of course, the rest of the team is just sitting relatively well around the map.
Yeah, well, we got the team also there from Untold, fairly close to Jinx, right over in the school area. As you can see, the shots in the guild feed now coming in. So Coffee getting hit. Ooh, a few more shots now heading up as Skittles also gets a quick one in on Hydro, and one of the other players there from Jinx also getting knocked out in the process. Hydro getting thirsted, so let's see, will Phoenix continue their fight here with the players, of course. Then from the team there from, well, the African Renegades, everyone just moving about, trying to find that angle. Asta, well, only sitting with the M4 and that Uzi on the back.
Yeah, that's definitely an interesting battle setup, to be sure. We'll see how it works out. But in the meantime, we're actually going to be seeing Merc taking a bit of damage up there towards North George.
Ooh, there we go. So Al getting knocked and thirsted by No Brain. So that I guess you could probably say was a bit of a No Brain. No Brain, of course, also getting knocked and thirsted now by Merc as they just swing up in retaliation. Just giving a bit of payback there to the players, saying thanks for coming in, putting the shots, and we will show you what it is that we want to be done. The players, of course, they're from the bot squad, making their way around. Well, so some nice early game action there.
Yeah, we'll see if that continues. Num num. That was interesting. Sometimes you just gotta clear your throat. What can I say? Yeah, but anyway, we'll see if these can the fights continue. Yeah, we've got so many players up in Georgia that it's actually sort of ridiculous here, and I'm really interested to see how the rotates come out, because either the fights need to happen or these teams need to slip away as quickly as possible, because they need to get into that zone and they need to get out of this tight spot. And well, it looks like that's what Insane might just be gearing to do. Potentially might just be picking up the rest of the team. Might not. They might just be looting in here. We'll see if the aggression gets pulled up. I mean, if I was a team up in Georgia, I would probably get myself out there as soon as possible, because you can probably fight up to maybe 2 teams with confidence, but when you have like 5 or 6 teams in the same spot, like, yeah, that's not a great spot to be in.
Yeah, it's a pretty tough one, and we also have this blue zone now closing in, so the teams definitely need to get those rotations on. As you can see, the African Renegades are just getting ready to move out, and off they go, heading out for, well, greener pastures in that zone. And Phoenix now stuck on, well, the cliffs here, trying to find a spot there. Hopefully they could find a vehicle anytime soon. We also have, well, the players there, of course, from Risky Gaming just over towards the south of their position, and of course those 3 teams are still up in North George, so waiting to see what's going to happen. That blue zone, of course, still closing in, and well, yeah, we've got some potential action now on its way. Yeah,
players gonna have to make their way up. You can see the Renegades have started to move a little bit, just to push their way down towards that zone. Looks like Phoenix is still up there in George and South George there. We've got the, I keep forgetting this team name. The tag isn't there. Team 11, that team, they're moving in as well. They're going to be greeted by the Renegades if they do keep. Risky Gaming, yeah. Just get a clan tag, seriously. And make it the same, please. It's like I'm going to put my clan tag as XYZ and then say my name is the ABC clan.
Well, we've got a few teams now making their way up in towards that zone. One of them, of course, being the players there from Risky Gaming, and the team from African Renegades also fairly close to them. You can see the Exiles, of course, up in Pachinki, making their way around. No one there just yet to challenge them. We've got Jinx just over towards the north, ever so slightly. Of course, now in game, the players from Merc, as well as the team there from the bot squad, all also now making their way up. Phoenix also now just moving up in towards that George crates. So hopefully these teams start finding their vehicles and get the rotations going. But in the meantime, the African Renegades are now moving up right here on the players from, well, Risky Gaming. So let's see, will we see some shots? Hopefully we do. Well, not yet. Ooh, Empire is also still sitting out in over in Primorsk. So that's
it's the first zone. They'll be okay. They'll be okay for the moment. not so much of a pressing matter unless they do decide to stay there. That could be a little bit detrimental to them. Teams from Georgia are going to have to make their way down now that Blue Zone is coming in, so they are slowly making their way in. The Fix something team, they're making their way in over towards the Exiles there, so they could be greeted with some very interesting shots there coming over. Quite a number of teams now towards just the central side of that zone, so could be a little bit of fighting happening there as well.
Yeah, this of course being the players there from Risky Gaming. They're moving up right in towards that drop, getting that loot going. As you can see, we had a Groza and some nice level 3 goodies in the box. Off they go, rotating out now. And the zone, of course, now shifting up, heading over towards that, well, eastern side. So definitely making things a little bit interesting. We only have 5 teams currently in that zone. The remainder of them, of course, all still need to make their rotations in. And we're waiting now still for Phoenix, Endgame, and Merc to get their butts into that zone. We can see the shots, of course, now flying up between these teams. And Untold right there next to the players from the Elites, of course, over in school. So yet another spot for some potential action.
Yeah, definitely could be somewhere where we see a lot of fights happening, and you can see actually a number of teams rotating down from the northwest, which could be a very, very tough spot as the teams move up. We could see a lot of fighting happening here. Actually, the military base is still inside the zone, so these teams could actually move up in towards that spot. You can see 6-9 is actually going to be just down there, potentially getting into a bit of a fight, and we can even see the Anarchy Angels now getting right in the middle of the zone with a whole bunch of teams moving in. This is gonna get real tight real quick.
Yeah, the players here from Vision are just trying to get those shots in, and of course the team that you can see on the screen there, that being the players there from Endgame, still trying to get those few hits in towards the Merc team. Merc's health, of course, going down slowly but surely, and it seems like Beast. Oh, never mind. Off they go. That is the end right there. We got Nemesis coming in, landing that finishing blow, and several more shots, of course, now continuing elsewhere on the map as the teams are all now rolling up in towards that central position. Players here from Endgame, of course, still in the blue zone. The only team still left in the blue zone, so they've got quite some rotation to do. And we see the teams there, of course, from the African Renegades, as well as Vegeta Gaming now coming in from that western side of the zone, heading straight up in towards the direction of the players there from Risky Gaming, as well as the Exiles, and of course also the players there from the Elites. And we've got all in, well, what seems to be pretty much a straight line right across that zone.
Yeah, looking very, very interesting. They're going to be absolutely jam-packed as the Renegades now pulling straight up there to a whole lot of occupied spaces. I mean, this is going to be really, really interesting to see how this unfolds, because all of these teams are jamming into the same side of the zone. They're all fighting for this tiny space. I mean, they could just knock all of one another out in this tiny space right here, unless somebody decides to rotate out.
Yeah, no, definitely true. And we can see several more teams of players now making their way up. Oh, there we go. The Risky Gaming team now getting hit as the Exiles put a few shots right there into Maniac, Intruder, Outlaw, and Ghost, of course, now getting ready to move up. The team there from African Renegades not too far away. Oh, there we go. Some more rotations now happening as the bot squad just come flying right past them. We also have the elite team just over towards that northeastern side. So there's definitely a lot of potential here. Jinx now also busy engaging with the team from Empire. Right over at the Sixes, just towards that northeastern side of, well, the Western Bridge. So, oh, there we go. African Renegades moving in, shots flying up right towards them there. Several shots, in fact, going off all over the place. The players there from the bot squad getting hit by the Risky Gaming team now. Man, action, action, action.
Oh yeah, and the action is definitely going to be continuing as that zone shifts up once again, getting even smaller, going to be landing around that farm area, and a whole bunch of it is going to be part of the river that runs through as well. So that channel is going to be entirely water. That means there's a whole lot less space to work with for these teams here. And I mean, they didn't really have much space for themselves to begin with, considering they were all just charging in from the same spot. And, well, that's going to make it very interesting as the teams now moving up. You can see 6-9 even moving through that bridge to join the fray on towards the western side of the map. All of the teams just a huge cluster trying to get that real estate inside the inside, which is very limited.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be quite a difficult rotation for all those teams coming in from that western side. And well, one team that's got it fairly comfortable is the players there from God Gaming, of course, coming all the way from the eastern side of the zone. There's no one there. They have that whole region to themselves, so they can very comfortably just rotate up in towards the zone. You can see the players here from Vision, of course, now going at it with the team here from Risky Gaming, cooking some Grens and sending them across, trying to get those hits in. That, of course, being Ghost just up ahead of them, and the remainder of the squad actually quite spread out across this map. So it will definitely be an interesting one seeing where these players move, but we're also seeing Phoenix and Empire right there on top of each other as they make those rotations in. And well, the team there from Elite's right up ahead of them. The players there from the African Renegades right there on the shoreline, as you can see them now just here with the players from Empire. Shots, of course, now flying in. Jinx out in the water, caught in a pretty tough position.
Yeah, certainly are in a very tough position. That means lots of fights going to have to happen to free themselves up. You can see on your screen here, Phoenix trying to just hold on at the moment as all the teams just rushing around from every angle, from every side. There is no safety at the moment. You can see they're just hiding behind the rocks, trying to stay alive, trying to pop the smokes. Everyone you can see on the map there, everyone just rotating in, just flinging themselves out of vehicles, smashing one another over to try and get in here. They are actually just mowing people over with this vehicle to try and get their way on into the zone. Like, this is just chaos here towards the west as they try and move in.
It is absolutely insane, and the teams are just shooting off in well, the most random directions, because you know the players are they come in, they see there's a team ahead of them, and they try some evasive maneuvers to try and avoid the shots. But that, of course, then results in some interesting rotational strats coming in from these players in the blue zone. Of course, now moving in, you can see the players here from 6ix9ine just trying to make their way up in towards that northern section where we've got the team from Vegeta Gaming right up ahead of them is Phoenix. We got the Anarchy Angels right here with Untold. You can see Turbo just up ahead there. Well, yeah, there we go. The zone is also about to shift in. Let's see. Ooh, Empire getting some hits in towards Phoenix. So a lot of action. We got 15 teams, 51 players still remaining. And, well, the zone is getting smaller and smaller. We're looking at, well, roughly about a kilometer zone, maybe a little bit less.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tiny space to put 49 players in at this point, and well, it's going to be a difficult one. It really is going to be a difficult one. Make that 48 actually, as some more players going to be sent back in there, and well, some driving off of cliffs as well. So you can see on your screen here, going to be the the order of the day, as it would seem. Renegades just trying to have some fun.
Well, there we go. So they're definitely getting shot at by Jinx, who's now moving up on their position. Oh, let's see how putting those hits into Lumi. Down goes Lumi. So there is now 2 players remaining for the players here from the African Renegades. That, of course, being BTS and Insane. They're just trying to see if they can find the angle, find that spot to get those hits in. Jinx, of course, sitting on 3 out of the 4. So let's see, BTS up on the top there. As you can see, Insane down below. Ooh, Hound goes down. Some more shots now flying in. Several more hits in the kill feed, as well as all these teams now start just converging into that zone. Phoenix also now getting a quick few shots in. Here we go. So let's see who will get it. Who's going to get those final few hits in this region here, as the African Renegades and the players, of course, there from Jinx battle it out. And we've got 6ix9ine also not too far away. The Anarchy Angels now pushing up right onto the players there from Untold. So let's see, man. Oh, just shots and some third parties now from Empire coming in as well.
Oh. Yeah, that's so tough. That is so tough. Just getting hit from all sides at the moment, even across the channel. You know, you're just getting hit this and that and all around. And now these players trying to move in here. You can see they're just trying to get their spaces inside. The shots coming off. Jinx still going to be putting them in there, of course. The rest of the team's just really trying to secure that spots in the zone, which is getting smaller and smaller as the seconds tick by. And now some shots coming through, going to be taking down all of these players. The Renegades, they say goodbye.
Well, yeah, Jinx putting up a pretty good fight there. You know, Empire coming in with a bit of a third party there, and Jinx turning the tables on them, putting some hits into them, and making them back off ever so slightly. And you can see the players here, of course, now from Risky Gaming just up ahead there. Vegeta Gaming also down to their last one. So, well, African Renegades on 1. So it's a pretty tough one. And yet again, the players there from Risky Gaming going for that very strange split, sending their players off in complete different directions all across the map. You got Jinx, of course, going for a bit of a swim, putting themselves in a very, vulnerable position, because once they come out, Empire has kind of free reign with those shots, to put them right into them. As you can see, also the players there from the Elites getting hit as well. So Empire, they're really doing quite a bit of shooting. They're already sitting on 8 kills so far.
Yeah, looking to rack up that scoreboard as they put the hits in. All of these teams ready to get that rotate on as that blue zone is making its way in now. You can see Shroud putting those hits in towards the team across the way from Elite. They're just getting hit real hard at the moment. Rolex trying to return the fire, but is not going to be able to do so. And now Trip just trying to get the reses in at the moment, trying to keep the team alive just barely behind this rock.
If you want to talk about a rock in a hard place, that is definitely one of those. Because if you move too much to the one side, the one team is going to get you. You move too much to the other side, another team is going to get you. So it is really finding that balance to get those races going in. And we see the players there from God Gaming now turning up the heat on end game. And, several more shots now all over the map as the players here from Jinx still trying to move in, trying to make their way up into that zone. Empire now left with Trip. And of course, we've got the players there from the Elites just up ahead. Shots now still flying in. Will Empire be able to survive it? He puts a quick hit in the two, Skittles right there.
Oof. This is really, really tough at the moment. You can see these teams just taking one another out, reducing us to 12 teams remaining, 31 players left on the board. Quite a number of them inside that zone, but that zone is all the way on the coast, so half of the zone is basically water at this point. The rest of that remaining space is going to be heavily contested now as the players start moving in down into that zone. It's going to get super jam-packed, and the shots flying across every which direction.
Play. I mean, Ghost just capitalizing on his position there and having the team there from the Elites rotate up in towards his position, just banking on that, putting those hits in and really making it really hard for the team to continue their move, or rather their rotation up in towards zone. You're seeing several more kills in the kill fears. The teams are still putting those hits in. Ghost, still on his lonesome there, and you can see a few hits there from the Anarchy Angels coming in. Endgame also putting in some few hits there. We got Vision also now featuring in the kill feed there. So here they come, moving up. Let's see, will they be able to put any of these hits in towards the players there from Risky Gaming?
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. The shots come through, though, and, it looks like the Angels will be getting sent in there as the shots fly off. And, they get just absolutely wiped out there. We have 9 remaining teams at the moment. Hero just popping them off across the way as well. We've got the Exiles there inside the zone. We've got Unique just above them. Endgame just off to the side as well. We've got Visions even. And then a whole lot of stragglers actually sitting around. We've got Spider, we've got Mellow, we've got True. Just straggling along there in the outer reaches of the zone at the moment.
And the players here from Unique now going up against the team there from the Exiles. So let's see what will they be able to do. Unique sitting on a squad of 3, with the Exiles still sitting on 4. And the zone now shifting up there. You can see the zone. So these two teams here don't need to move up, but the remainder of the lobby definitely needs to rotate into this position. So hopefully these teams will be able to capitalize on that and really, to start raking in those kills. Whoa! Yep. Just look at that. Keish coming in once again. This is the second time we've seen Keish going at it, putting those hits into endgame. It's lovely.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see if that can, of course, continue as the players are moving up here. They're pretty much spread out very linearly across the way in a sort of a crescent shape almost. They definitely will be able to start putting those hits in towards one another. You can see Nemesis just peeking out there, putting those shots over towards Visions, making sure he is getting the work done. All of these teams trying to fight for that top position. There are 7 of them remaining, but only one of them can come away with the chicken in this match. And all of them are fighting for that spot. Let's see if they can make it happen. Let's see which team will come out victorious here as the zone gets ever smaller.
Look at the grins. Look at the grins. Oh, Remix. Oh, man. Gets damaged there. luckily he didn't get knocked out. That would have been a pretty good Gren though, I must say. But yeah, well done to Endgame just sending those Grens up. They need to definitely get their rotation sorted, get up in towards zone, as the blue zone is of course now closing in. 7 teams left. Oh, Endgame. One of the players getting knocked out. Nemesis now just waiting for these players to move up so he can potentially come in with a bit of a third party there. Oh, shoots up towards Remix. Will he get it? Oh, and he gets it. Well played. But now the blue zone is still closing in and the shots are ringing off all over the place. You can see the kill feed just lighting up. You can see Jinx now just getting sent back into the lobby. True managing to get that shot in and of course sending them back. So 4 teams remaining now, 9 players left. Wow, here we go into that final circle. 2 teams outside of the zone, 2 teams inside of the zone. Let's see who will get it.
Yeah, the 2 teams outside of the zone are pretty much just stragglers, and Nemesis is going to be taking quite a few hits, but he's actually going to be putting in a couple of his own towards the teams they're getting in, of course, Hawk. But, well, it might not be long enough to survive, and he's going to be taken up by True from behind. But it's also True, who is a straggler there, very low on HP, probably not going to survive for much longer. You can see those hits coming through. 3 teams remaining. Unique is there, Exiles are there, and of course True to try and just hold out for himself as long as possible. He's already made top 3, so if he goes out now, not too much of a problem. The Exiles, once again, making it into the top bit of this lobby. But can they duplicate their success in the previous match? Can they win this one out and get that chicken once again? Or are Unique and True going to be able to make something happen here? True is now rotating down, looking to put those hits in. Let's see if he can get that angle.
Yeah, well, hopefully he does get that angle, you know, because he's managed to make it all this way up to this point in the match. Unfortunately for him, the team's already sitting on 5 kills. He's got 3 kills to his own name there. Some more Grens now flying up, and you've got Unique just huddle up behind that shack there. You can see them all prone, just hiding behind the vehicle. And well, the Exiles caught out in the open. The only cover they have pretty much is that drop to hide behind. So, well, the teams could really capitalize on that. And there we have that zone. It's about to close in once again. A few more seconds left to go. This is going to be, well, potentially be the moment of truth.
Yeah, it certainly will be. Both of these teams, very, very little cover to work around, but True is moving around and could catch them from behind. This flank could be devastating if the Exiles aren't aware of it. Can't put the hits in, but the shots might just be ringing out. They might just find him. Hero does spot him out, does start to put those hits in. Not able to knock him just yet, but definitely now are aware of his position, which is great. It means they won't be taken by surprise for their sake at least, but they still have to take the battle against Unique. Somebody has to come out on top, and this blue zone is going to make sure that these teams have very little options remaining.
Yeah, it's definitely a very, very tough one in this blue zone, as you mentioned there, closing in. And let's see, are the teams going to try any interesting rotations or what's going to happen? Because, well, the space is quite limited, and one false move could kind of cost you, you know, the game at this point. So let's see, will True be able to make it? Will Unique lost? Or, well, he's sending a quick molly off. Let's see, will it do something for him? We got Insidious out in the open. There we go. True getting that hit in. Well done. Makes him regret that position, right? Oh, Unique coming in from the side. Geish once again with the shooting though.
Yeah, and now we have the Exiles, we have Unique, we have these 2 teams going head to head at the moment. 6 players alive. That's 3 players for each team. It's going to make things a little bit difficult. Now, Exiles have this ridge to play around. That zone is going to be very, very punishing. Unique going to have to start making their way up, and you can see Exist actually just creeping his way on up, trying to see what he can see, seeing if he can get up into that zone, up nice and close. We'll see if Evax can spot him out at the moment. Just pushing up to the side. The shots could potentially come through if he spots out the players from Unique. It is going to be a matter of time. Ooh.
Exist definitely landing those hits. In they come. Let's see now the remainder. Oh, there we go. Hero puts a quick hit into Hawk. So nice exchange between. Oh, down goes Hero as well. Geish now rushing up once again. Let's see, will he be able to clutch this one out? Up he comes. Moment of truth. And what a play. What a play. So Unique coming in there, getting the chicken dinner, finishing it off with 6 kills and that chicken spot. And of course, we got the Exiles finishing in 2nd place with 3 kills. We got the team from Vegeta Gaming in third place with 6 kills. We got Endgame with 10 kills in fourth place. Nice. The team there from Jinx in fifth, finishing their playoff with 6 kills. We got 6ix9ine in sixth place with 1 kill. Wow, that was a lot of sixes. We got Vision, of course, sitting there in seventh place with 5 kills. We got the Elite in eighth place with 2 kills. Risky Gaming finishing off with ninth place and 2 kills to their name. And then, of course, the Anarchy Angels with 6 kills in 10th place. Then going down the list there, we've got the African Renegades in 11th place. We've got God Gaming sitting in 12th place. We got Empire in 13th, Untold in 14th. We got Phoenix in 15th place. The players there from the bot squad finishing off in 16th place. We got Merc in 17th. And then, of course, the team there from Tester Gang finishing off in 18th place. So there we go. There we have it. That was our second round, well, second match for round 2. We got one more left to go. And, well, what an interesting round that was. A pretty good play there by Unique, coming in with that chicken dinner. And, well, Mr. Cash there just raking in those kills.
Yeah, definitely a really interesting match, a very spicy one. All the teams are getting very clustered off towards the west, moving up there in a giant cluster of teams. And it's good to see that a lot more kills this round were spread out across all the different teams. We saw Endgame coming in fourth there with like 10. So yeah, a really nice showing from the teams. They're really putting some good points on the board. And yeah, well played to the teams, and a very keen interest here for the third match, which is, of course, about to happen. But before you get to see that, of course, we will be going to a little bit of a break, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a little bit.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. We are getting ready for our third and final round. Well, third and final match, sorry, of round 2. There we go. My bad, my bad.
Yeah, there it is.
We're heading out to that Erangel map once again.
Yeah. I mean, that was what's on the schedule, so I'm assuming that's exactly what we're going to see, jumping down to Erangel once again. We've had some interesting zones, and finally we did get a little bit more of a southern zone. It didn't go over to the military base, so PUBG doesn't get any patchy points from me. But, it was more south than we've seen it in quite some time, so that's great. We had a very interesting set of zones, some nice fights, and we've seen a pretty good performance from a lot of these teams here, really putting on, a good amount of kills. So it's really, really good to see, and I'm hoping that we continue to see a really good performance coming out here in this third and final map here.
Yeah, well, hopefully that is definitely what we're going to be seeing in this next round. So yeah, let's see. Well, I'm curious to see what is going to happen. Again, I'm going to hope for that southern zone. We had, like I said, that slightly southern zone, but hopefully we have one that moves even more so down to that south, and maybe even get a bridge finish, because that is always quite an interesting finish for the teams. Seeing who can dominate those bridges and camp it out, and of course, then move into those good positions, get those shots going. Yeah, so hopefully, fingers crossed, that's what we'll get in the zone. But well, yeah, can't bet on it.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see that happening. Hopefully, at least. I guess we'll just have to deal with whatever we get dished out. But I mean, come on. We've seen the northern zone, we've seen the central zones, we've seen a little bit of the south zones, we've seen this and that. We want to see a proper zone. Give us a bridge finish. Give us a military island finish. Give us what we want, PUBG. Give us what we want. You'll get some patchy points for it.
We'll see about that soon enough. And well, we've got quite a few teams yet again in this lobby. Quite a few players. From what I can see, we've got 69 players in. So yeah, quite an interesting count on the teams there. I don't think we're going to be sitting on 20 teams, but we're going to be very, very close to that, of course. So yeah, we'll just see where it is that this flight path is going to take us to. And hopefully, yet again, we'll get some interesting early game action.
Yeah, definitely hope to see that as well. It's always nice to see, consistent fighting from beginning to end. We have the early fights happening, the early knockouts, a couple of spicy plays there, and then towards the middle, we see some of the gatekeeping coming through, the rotational kills and then whatnot. And then towards the end, we get those spicy fights, everyone trying to make the rest of the distance towards that chicken. So yeah, that's what we're hoping for. We never like to see any lull points, any slow pokes coming in. Then no kills for minutes and minutes. That's not what we like to see, and I'm sure that's not what you like to see. And well, even the players, they want to get fighting. You want to put the kills on the board. We are fighting for those prizes, just like we said up there in the beginning. And well, we're going to start things off with that zone going down from Lubovka towards the south, just underneath Primorsk.
Yeah, well, definitely once again opening up quite a bit of that, southeastern section of the map there. So we'll see which teams will be moving up, and depending on where that zone goes, we'll see where these teams are then going to be rotating towards. So hopefully, so far so good. It looks potentially promising, but what we've seen, of course, is that sometimes that zone heads up in towards the opposite direction. So well, yeah, we will find out soon enough. We're just waiting now. As you can see, we've got 18 teams there. A few teams already making their way up in towards that northern side. And the players, of course, they're from... forgot their name. The Elites. The Elites dropping down right there in Lubovka, heading straight down from the flight path. And, well, we've got a few teams heading up towards that further south. The Anarchy Angels heading up in towards the Nova Crates once again. You can see the players here from Your Killer Is now moving in right in towards, well, the position where we've got the Elites. So really challenging them here. Let's see what will happen. Who will get, well, the bragging rights and claim control of this area? Oh, yeah. We have the zone shift as well.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting one. We've got a couple of teams already dropped down in towards the island. They're pretty close to take some fights. And in the meantime, Your Killer is also going to be getting a shotgun to the face at the moment. The elite squad aspect here is going to be putting those shots right in there, trying to get the early damaging out. And this is what we like, these early fights coming through, looking nice and good.
Yeah, we got a lot of clumping, clumping together with the teams across the map. a lot of teams there from the central section all the way over towards that eastern side. And of course, we are seeing the players there from, Empire Gaming, along with the team there from Tester Gang, pushing up straight in towards Primor. So what we're hoping to see is that the team there from Tester Gang, makes it a little bit further than being the first team to be sent back into the lobby, because it's happened to them in both previous rounds. So hopefully, things turn out for the better here. But as you can see, of course, over in the Nova Crates, we've got the players here from the Anarchy Angels. We've got the team here from Risky Gaming, as well as the team there from Team Untold. The 3 teams in the section right here. Yet again, some great potential for some good shooting and some good action.
Yeah, and the Angels there once again dropping into the spot here, utilizing that good old military base spots here towards the island. And very nice, very nice. We'll see if these 3 teams do fight it out, because of course they do have to rotate up towards the west where that zone has dropped. Luckily, the first blue zone does take its time, as of course we know. So there's no pressing matter at the moment, but a lot of teams have decided to move their way on in to the zone and make sure that they are already sitting snugly inside there. The rest of the teams off towards the east are going to have to make their way down as well, so we could potentially see them just bottlenecking a little bit as they make their way on in, but otherwise it should be relatively easy. Nothing really blocking them. There's plenty of space on the map at the moment, so I guess we'll see how it works as the teams start to rotate in.
Yeah, and quite a few teams, as you mentioned, heading up towards that western side. We've got Endgame now heading up straight in towards that George Crates. We got the players from, the African Renegades also heading up, as well as the team from Phoenix. And of course, now the team here from, the Risky Gaming team closing in slowly but surely on the team there from Untold. You can see one of the players already getting knocked out, that being Outlaw Sprinkles, just up on that hill. Getting ready for some action. The remainder of the squad, of course, now they're from the Anarchy Angels already rotated up, heading out. And, there we go. Sprinkles and Eclipse also now heading off in the same direction there. Let's see, will the teams now continue to fight over here in the Nova Crates, or will they potentially maybe try and rotate out in towards the safer zone as well?
Yeah, I mean, the best position at the moment is if once you've gotten yourself set up, you can sort of get out of this spot here. There are already 2 teams here, just putting the pressure on. So getting out as soon as possible is a really good move. And that's just going to allow the Angels to be off-site when this fight happens here between this special crew, the fixing gang, the
Risky Gaming.
The Risky every time, man. Every
special crew.
I'm trying. This name eludes me every single time. But we'll see if Risky Gaming can get the shots in here, or if they'll get taken down.
Yeah, we got Untold, as we've mentioned, right up ahead of them there. So let's see, Maniac cooking one up, sending it across right over in the direction of Hydro. And a few more shots now coming in. We also have the Anarchy Angels now rolling up right over towards the players there from Unique. So Unique right there on that northern side of the zone. As you can see, the players now all busy making their way around. Up they cover, heading across this bridge. Unique just over towards the north. We are bound to see a few shots now flying up there as well. Several more teams slowly but surely making their way up towards that western side where we have the zone. We've got Phoenix, the team there from the African Renegades, as well as Endgame now all moving up into that South George position, as you can see there. We got God Gaming now moving up, trying to approach the Georgia Bull Crates there. And the teams over in the Nova Crates here still busy battling it out. They have not resolved their fight just yet. Hopefully they will do so soon, as the zone is, of course, now closing in, and they are about 1.8 kilometers away from the zone. So quite some distance to cover. Fortunately for them, it is only the first zone, but Hydro now putting a quick few shots over there towards... never mind. Down he goes. Let's see. Will the fight continue? Will they keep on putting those hits in? Turbo now coming in, putting a quick hit in as well. Ghost, as you can see now, just rotating around. We got Maniac right up ahead, shot going up towards the roof. Ghost getting hit in the process.
Yeah, Untold is now moving up very quickly to try and finish off the rest of this crew here, trying to take them out. Ooh, a Gren actually in the hand is going to mean that he gets taken out without getting any shots in towards the Risky Gaming crew there. And Maniac's going to finish him straight off.
Yeah, there we go. Maniac now on the prowl. Let's see, is he going to try and make this rush up in towards the last player, I think it is, there for Untold. Yes, that seems to be the case. So let's see, will he be able to pull this one off? Well, they definitely need to get going as the blue zone just catching up with him there. So, well, let's see. I think I'm... Oh, come on, come on. Oh, what a hit that was. Atrox just putting the hit in, but succumbs to the blue zone. Wow.
Yeah,
well,
that is a difficult spot to be in for sure.
Yeah, well, that's where you say welcome to PUBG Mobile, because that is what happens in this game. You might get the shot, but, well, the blue zone is the decider at the end of the day. And the teams are, of course, still busy making their way around. We have the team there from Vision up in the north heading in. We got the players there from God Gaming now securely up in North George. And, of course, we still have those 3 teams in South George, being the players there from the African Renegades, team from Endgame, as well as Phoenix. And we've got the Exiles now keeping an eye on that drop as it's moving in fairly close, super chinky. So the team can definitely, will possibly rather, rotate up in towards that position. Vegeta Gaming not being too far away from the drop, so we might see a few shots coming in from that side.
Yeah, there's a couple of... There's potential for a few fights over the drop, which is nice. A little bit of a means to fight over at the moment. We've got a couple of teams up towards the northeast, which are also making their way down in towards the zone at the moment, which is closing up, of course, getting smaller and smaller. We will be seeing where our new zone drops momentarily. And, well, as we wait for that to happen, we're just going to watch the teams make their way on in, get themselves somewhat secure at least. And we're actually going to watch Asta trying to put the hits in over towards a couple of players in the distance there as well.
Yeah, CR7 just managing to get in behind that hard cover right on cue as the shots then start flying up, and got a Hulk also now slowly but surely making his way in, picking up that DB28. And, well, we've got 3 teams now moving in from that northeastern side, that, of course, being the players there from 6ix9ine, the team, of course, from, well, the Elite, and then also Jinx moving in. We just saw the kills in, the kill feed there coming in, as the Elites are now putting those hits in towards the team there from Jinx. So nice battle now breaking out right there on the edge. Up comes Aspect, moving in, gets the thirst. Jinx, oh, in a bit of trouble. Hounded now, the last remaining player left, I think it is, there for the Jinx team. Not 100% sure, but we will find out soon enough. See where they go to with this fight. There we go. Oh, wait, never mind. So we got a Hound and Astro, the 2 players, and of course Skittles is just slowly but surely bleeding out right in front of us there. The players all the way back over towards, well, South George there, being the players from Endgame. So let's see what is going to happen. Jinx have already started to rotate up in towards zone. So 6ix9ine also still yet to rotate in. The Anarchy Angels making their way in as well. Also just on the receiving side, just on the inside of that zone, we have the players there from the bot squad. So yeah, well, there might be some action there once again. Ooh, and the players here still dancing around.
Yeah, we'll see if they can make their way on in. We've got tons of teams still remaining. We've got 16 of them, 60 players left remaining at the moment. And, well, the zone is making its way on in once again. And, well, it's going to get pretty crowded. You can see South George, they're looking like an absolute party at the moment. Just plenty of players sitting in that spot. Moving down from Rozok as well. Also looking pretty thick in terms of teams. We've actually got a number of teams sitting in the middle of the zone as well. So they've definitely decided to pick their spots well. And we also have the crew there from the Risky Gaming crew there moving up from that island in that blue zone. So they are taking a bit of damage, but they're managing to struggle along at a pace. So at the moment, we've got a couple of teams there, the Testo gang down towards the south there as well. They have to move their way on up, and then once they're settled inside the zone, well, we know what happens next. The zone moves up, and so do the teams, and that's when we get fights.
Yeah, well, there we go. So we got Ayad and Zaki now, the last 2 remaining players here for in-game. And the team there from Phoenix are now closing in. We just saw Hulk getting that quick hit in on Nemesis. So let's see, will they now push in to get that final thirst going? Or will the players there from Endgame be able to get those reses going in time and hopefully start rotating up towards safety? We also see the team there from God Gaming just over towards the northern side over in North George, slowly but surely making their way in the direction of zone as well. You got Zaki just on the side here, or Zaki, whichever way around you want to call it, sitting there with his M4 up on the roof, just waiting for someone to turn the corner so he can pop those hits in. Oh, we've got a youngster and a Hulk just up ahead.
Yeah,
Just waiting with anticipation.
Just have a look at this. There are lots of teams sitting in the center of the zone at the moment. And I really like to see that. That's definitely a good potential for a lot of fights within this zone and the next one, which is about to be chosen. So we're going to see what happens in that side. And right now, you can see Phoenix as well, just taking a couple of shots here towards endgame and in-game, trying to fire back. These teams have been locked up here for quite some time, but they are going to have to move eventually. As well, the zone has shifted up once again, and it is moving just down from the south of South George, so they will have to move up. A couple of teams that were in the center are now in the southern portion of the zone. They're going to be fighting it out as well. They're going to be sitting happily, but a lot of teams still need to rotate in, so we'll see if that happens.
A lot of still teams, yes. A lot of still teams right there. You can see a CR7 now getting hit by Asta. And what was quite funny was that Nemesis now returned the favor to Hulk, getting the knock in on Hulk. So, yeah, hoping that these two teams can either, conclude the fight, or one of them, just at least get rotating up in towards that zone. You can see Asta now trying to get a quick another head up right there towards Mr. Zaki up on the roof. So they are slowly but surely making their way in. And the remainder of the teams, of course, now are also rotating up in towards that zone. The teams that you mentioned that we had in the central part of the previous zone now just making their way slowly but surely, progressing up in towards yet again the center of this one. So hoping to see some more shots there. We got the players there from Risky Gaming now just moving in from that southern side, very close to Empire and of course the Anarchy Angels. And the team here from Endgame, well, Ayad dancing around in the blue zone. Blue zone, of course, now closing in. So the teams really need to get going as well. As we progress through the rounds here, the blue zone, of course, then getting more and more relentless, doing more and more damage. So the teams can't really afford to battle out in this blue for much longer.
Yeah, we still have 60 players make that, 59 as the shots come through now. But this is a lot of teams to fit into this zone at the moment. We can see just tons of damage, and Sprinkle's actually going to be yeeting off. And the Grens coming in, and now absolute chaos just ensuing as these teams just bunching up on top of one another. Shakes, everyone going down. Asta going to be falling as well. And, well, Phoenix looks like they're on the end of the rope at the moment. And now everyone coming in from the south of the zone as well, just taking some serious fights. You can see Shakes hopping in that vehicle, just trying to escape at the moment, trying to get away as quickly as possible from the shots. Endgame trying to just see if they can get some hits, but it won't happen. Shakes will survive for the moment. But we still got a lot of teams inside the zone and ready to fight.
And Ayad with that beautiful grid, just taking quite a bit of damage right there into the team of Phoenix, and several more teams now battling it out. We got the team there from 6ix9ine as well as the team from Vegeta Gaming right over here, just battling it out, full control of this Gatka area here. You can see Empire Rolex blowing himself up. That probably wasn't too planned. But there we go, some more hits coming up. Let's see, will Logix be able to get that in? As you can see, the Vegeta Gaming team just spread out there. 6ix9ine right there over towards their west. And of course, also we have the players there from the bot squad just a little bit further towards the west. So several teams moving in. You can see the play zone also now just claiming lives all over the place. Oh, up they come. The Vegeta Gaming now battling it out. Who's going to get it? Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, come on. One more. Oh, what a shot, though. Oh.
Wow. What an absolute just chaos fest happening down here. This is just nuts. We've got so many teams just sitting on top of one another at this point. The blue zone making its way, and everyone trying to fit inside this. We have 50 players left remaining at the moment, and this zone is just looking insanely crowded. All of these teams just pushing up, trying to get a spot, trying to secure that real estate. And, we're just seeing some crazy stuff happening at the moment.
Well, the bot squad, of course, as you can see right on your screen here, is focusing their attention over towards the African Renegades and the 6ix9ine team. Oh, 6ix9ine putting a quick few hits in towards the elites there. And also now we've got the players here from Risky Gaming putting some hits into the Anarchy Angels as they just start to roll up onto the edge of that zone. Shots still flying in all over the place. You can see we got Empire just off to the edge there as well, and several teams still making their way in. The kill feed just lighting up as the teams are now just wreaking havoc all over the place, and the shots are just ringing back and forth. the players, of course, they're from the team from Elite. You can see on the screen now, right there next to the team from 6ix9ine. Let's see, will the Exiles be able to get any hits in on Empire? We have just off in the distance there. Oh, Empire getting a quick one in on the Anarchy Angels. Actually, in fact, sending them to the lobby. Off they go. So well done to Empire.
Yeah, but it's a short-lived victory as Exiles now pull the trigger against Empire and knock them out to the lobby. So favor has been returned, and now we're left with 11 teams that have moved on into this zone. They are all sitting inside there. We've got tons of teams just putting shots across. We've got the 6ix9ine gang. We've got Testo gang, we've got pretty much everyone up here. Endgame, the unique squad, everyone's getting down here. Jinx getting down here. We're all inside the zone at the moment, which is about to shift up once again. Ooh, the unique squad now also going to be just moving in there. So yeah, this has been a very entertaining zone at the moment, and well, as the next one gets chosen pretty soon, we're going to see some more fighting, I assume.
Yeah, we got Vision Esports, of course, now battling it out right here with the players from God Gaming. Some mollies coming in. You can see God Gaming up with a 2-2 split there, and well, the players there from Vision are getting up on the roofs, putting some hits over towards Endgame as well. Ayad right there behind the tree, getting hit in the process. We got Zaki now moving up right behind him as well. Nemesis also moving in for some support there, and the shots are still flying all over the place. Waiting to see what's going to happen. Will God Gaming be able to get any of these hits in on the Vision, or will Vision be able to get it in on him? We also have the African Renegades are getting hit in the process as well. The kill feed really lighting up. There we go. The team, of course, they're from the Elites now moving up right there towards the 6ix9ine. Some shots coming in right in towards Aspect. Milo and Nico, now the two hopefuls left for the team here with 6ix9ine right in the window. Oh, there we go. Beautiful shot there from Milo. Up comes Xyrox moving in. Let's see, will he be able to pull this one off? Oh, some great shooting by Milo once again. So let's see, will Spider be able to clutch it? Next lady up for Shade, please. And the answer is, well, Milo putting in a quick few hits, and off comes Reborn. Off the side, sneaks those hits in. Wow. God Gaming also going at it there with Vision. Vision down to their last two. So we've got Punkop and Remix. Let's see, what will they be able to do? There's some crazy shooting that we just had there with the 6ix9ine team. And it seems like they're able to survive. God Gaming, of course, now putting those hits in. We got Unique putting some shots into Endgame as well, as you can see just off in the distance there. Over towards, well, that western side.
Yeah, teams moving up now from the south as well, trying to put the hits across. We've got the Testo gang just off there in the distance as well. And, well, we've got two fights now happening. We've got one in the north, one in the south. And we'll see if God Gaming can get the hits in towards Vision. Some Grens coming in there from the Testo gang. That's going to be some damage in. And, well, the fight's happening now as they try and move up into the zone, as they try and just hold on. The Renegades trying to put the hits across, and they can indeed do so. They're putting the hits all the way over in towards Shakes. There it is. He's going to go down, and now Testo gang not looking too good.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty tough position where all these teams find themselves in, and God Gaming still tapping away there at Vision, but Ryzen are getting hit in the process. Shots coming in there as we see some of the players from Vision, of course, rotating down in towards that zone. The Exiles, of course, on that western side of the zone, just gatekeeping the players there from Endgame as they now start making their way in. But we are seeing one of the players there, Ayad, getting a quick hit in, running over one of the Exiles in the process. And of course, Endgame getting sent right into the lobby. You can see the African Renegades, of course, now just on the screen there, making their way around. That, of course, being all the way over in that southern side, where we have the team from Testo gang just over towards their eastern side. Vision still tapping away over towards the team from Unique. So a lot of action still on the map. Ooh, Bot Squad coming in with a beautiful Gren there.
Yeah, looking good. Exiles getting hit pretty hard at the moment. We'll see if they can survive at the moment. No, it looks like they will be taken out there. So that is them eliminated out of there. And we've got 8 teams now remaining here. We've got 6ix9ine in the God Squad also relatively close to one another here, potentially going to be taking some fights. We've got Remix as well up here with the Unique squad. It might just be taken out pretty soon as he is alone, so not going to survive. And actually, it's going to be a Gren that takes him straight out. And that zone going to be rotating up towards the northwest as well. It's going to force all these teams to move up once again in the middle of this chaos.
We've got the players here from God Gaming as well as Jinx right there next to them. 6ix9ine also involved in the party here. And then, of course, we've got the players there from Testo Gang still over towards the south. So 4 teams over in this section, as you can see on the screen. And, well, the remaining 3 teams, you know, all positioned towards that western side of the zone. We're, of course, watching the players there from, well, the bot squad. They rotated up in towards zone. The team from the African Renegades also still yet to rotate up, as you can see them all the way off in the distance there. 6ix9ine, God Gaming, and Jinx still dancing around Gatka here, seeing who will come out victorious. And we got both now rolling in as well, moving up, getting a quick hit in on Jinx. But there we go, some more hits. 6ix9ine doing that damage over towards the players there from the African Renegades.
Definitely tough. 6ix9ine going to be trying to move up out of here. They have to get out of Gatka. That zone is all the way up northeast or northwest. Jinx actually going to be taking some heavy fire at the moment. In the meantime, you can see Hound going to be taken out there. Now God Gaming trying to move up as well. You can see them just send themselves up in towards the zone. Can they make it though? That is the real question. Can they put the hits in? They're getting fired at from all sides at the moment. Can they survive though? It might not seem like it. No, the answer is no. They will be wiped out just one by one, getting taken down here. Pinky gonna fall. Ryzen now also just crawling around there. It doesn't look good for them. Unique up there as well, trying to take the hit. 6ix9ine moving their way on up. This is getting insane here. We've got 6 teams remaining, 18 players left, and they're just fighting for the spots.
Insane, just doing some crazy shooting there, just landing hit after hit on the players there from 6ix9ine, so making it really difficult for them to move up. And as you can see, of course, we got Ryzen still alive right there next to the players, managing to get some health in, now sneaking in, putting those hits into the players there from the African Renegades. We got Unknown also putting some shots into the team there from 6ix9ine, as you can see them going down one by one. Oh, down goes Ryzen. So the players there from the African Renegades managing to find him and take him back, send him off to the lobby. 4 teams, of course, now remaining. 14 teams in, well, 14 players in play. So let's see how this will, of course, then unfold. We still have the players there from the bot squad, the African Renegades. And, well, now it is the team from Unique, as the 6ix9ine team just got taken out. So some great shooting there from Unique. Let's see where these teams will end up and who will get that chicken dinner.
Yeah, that is the question. These 3 teams will have to battle it out here, and you can see that already the shots are indeed flying over. No Brain just putting a couple in there, and it looks like Unique will be able to move up into the zone quickly. Hopefully they do get that spot, because the other players are making a dash for it as well. They're going to be moving their way on up as quickly as they can. The Renegades trying to put some shots in over in that direction. Bucky trying to get landed hits. Can he do it though? The player's running away. The explosion doesn't make it happen. But can the shots fly over at the moment? Ooh, it looks like No Brain actually going to get knocked as well as left GG. So right now, Unique getting a nice angle on their Exist, just clapping away those shots.
Wow. Now that is a pretty sweet spot for them to be in. This vehicle's tires, of course, being shot out. I don't know why Exist tried to get into that one. And the players here now from the bot squad, just trying to lick their wounds and get everything all covered up as much as they can. And the African Renegades, of course, now taking a few hits in the process as well. As you can see them now just off in the distance. Their play zone also now coming into, well, moving in, claiming a few players on the way in. And there we go. 2 teams now remaining, African Renegades and, of course, the players there from Unique.
Now, let's see who can get this one. Let's see who can push the way to the chicken. Unique obviously looking very strong at this point. Can the Renegades continue up this assault? Can they move over here and find the shots, find the angles, or will it be over for them? Will Unique finish off the job? You can see the Renegades, they're a little bit straggling at the moment. Lumi, of course, slowly bleeding out behind the rock. The players just trying to move up to see if they can reach her in time, just to get those reses going. But it might be a bit too late. Insane now here behind the tree has to hold off these players from Unique as they start to come up. The shots flying through. Unique just being absolutely relentless. Now it's just insane, and I don't think this is possible. It's a 1v4. There's just too much to do and not enough health to do it in.
Well, up comes Exist, moving in with that buggy. Oh, nearly gets the hit on Insane, and oh, there we go. done and dusted. So the players there from Unique getting that chicken dinner, finishing it off with 16 kills. Well done. The African Renegades finishing off in second place, coming in with 6 kills to their name. And then, of course, the Bot Squad finishing off in third place, also with 6 kills. We got 6ix9ine finishing up in fourth place there with 8 kills. God Gaming in fifth place with 2. We've got the team there from Risky Gaming, I believe it is, finishing off in sixth place. I think it is. No, that is the Tester Gang. Yeah, Tester Gang in sixth place, my bad. We got Jinx up in, seventh place, finishing off there empty-handed. We got Vision in 8th place. We got the Exiles finishing in 9th place, coming in with 7 kills. We got Endgaming finishing in 10th place, coming in with 3. That was my counting sound. Please don't. We got the players there from the Elites in 11th place with 5 kills. We got Empire in 12th place with 3 kills. Anarchy Angels in 13th place with 2. We got the players there, of course, now from Risky Gaming in 14th place with 3. We got Phoenix in 15th. We got Vegeta Gaming in 16th. We got the players there from Untold in 17th. And, of course, your killer is over in 18th place. So there we go.
What a way. Ooh. Gee, why do I look like that?
That's a new one.
Haven't seen that one before. That's very interesting. Well, I obviously I've been on some interesting things here, which is why I have ascended to the next dimension of existence. But it's been there we go. I'm alive once again. Thank you. Yeah, I have now dropped down to the base plane of existence at this point. Yeah, a great set of games that we saw coming out here. Really, really nice, super aggressive, awesome shots coming through. Some really nice hits coming through across the board. Actually, the players from all these teams putting a really good showing up here. Lots of kills going all the way. Some interesting zones, and yeah, a really nice evening of PUBG, I think.
Yeah, no, definitely was, and some fantastic shots and movements that we saw here, and some really interesting plays there by some of the teams and players. So really well done, well played, and once again, well done to all the teams that have gotten the chicken dinners. Throughout the spread of the evening, it's been really well done, and especially the top 3 teams in all the lobbies. I mean, we've seen some pretty tough zones right in that last bit of the match, So yeah, well done, well played.
Yeah, definitely going to be a very interesting season for sure. If this is the sort of thing that we're seeing coming out from these teams, the one thing I liked is that there was a really good consistency coming out from a lot of the top teams. I think maybe the top sort of 5 teams were putting in a lot of really good performances, pretty much across the board, across all 3 maps.
Yeah, no, definitely true. So we just had something said in my ear and I couldn't really hear what that was. Oh, there we go. All right. Okay, cool. Got it. All right. So if you guys want to see the leaderboard, please head over to the So Strong website, where the registrations are done as well. You can find everything there. And I believe you'd find that on the Nodwin socials, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so yeah, there we go. Nodwin socials, Nodwin Gaming socials. Sorry, this is new, my bad. But anyway, well done to all the teams once again. Thank you so much for everyone for watching. And Patchy, yeah, what a great evening it was.
Yeah, I'm super keen to see you guys again. So obviously, be sure to tune in next time. There's a lot of cool stuff coming up. Of course, the weekend bash going to be great. So hopefully, we'll see you guys there. And yeah, that's it from me.
Semi-finals coming up. All right, so I think on that one, we're going to end it off. So thank you so much once again, everyone. And yeah, see you in the next one.